All right. We got ourselves a Destiny stream, but more importantly, it's not a Destiny stream. It is a Q&A with Herodarkness, and I got my friends with me, and they got themselves some questions that they've been wanting to ask, and also just acting as a bit of get to know as well. So I'll let my friends introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Blue Blader, Salty Chiller's, um, thumbnail editor.
Hey there, I'm Shadow759344, and I'm the local troll of the Salty Streams community. I troll any and everybody
right, right,
and
right,
make
right.
everyone's lives better
You just,
because
you're the newbie to Salty Chillers.
This is
I
only
am
his
indeed.
third stream that he's been part of. He's been with us with since the last multiplayer Monday, where I think I know the reason why we failed the raid is we didn't have the DPS output during the DPS checks.
I think so. I keep like looking back to see if there was like any other better weapon combinations I could have done, but I think like my bad was just like not having the Whisper Catalyst, but at the same time it's just like
Yeah,
I kind of much skim on that stream. Like, I was really rooting for y'all guys.
yeah, was really hoping for it in that, but it happens in that. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, oh, okay, but yeah.
Well, that leads to our first question. Are you ever thinking about going back to that raid?
So unfortunately, if we wanted to do that raid, we would have to do it tomorrow because of because of what Bungie's doing. They're vaulting a lot of their content, and the reason
mhm,
for that is a lot of that stuff is first off taking up a crap ton of memory,
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and the file size is almost out of like a PS4 memory. Like it's like that
Yeah,
big of a game. It is
the
huge.
game is over 100 gigabytes,
Yeah,
like just by itself.
just
And that doesn't include the update files, I believe.
yeah, that's not including the update files, just due to how big it is with Destiny 2 to Shadowkeep, which is why a lot of the seasonal stuff is only temporary because they can't keep that permanent. And so that's why they're like, well, crap, we got to do something because there's just so much stuff that takes it so long for them to fix the bugs that pop up in
Hmm.
the game. So if we wanted to finish it, we would have to do it like tomorrow. Do that raid. Fortunately for me, I've already completed and done that raid multiple times over. I think Shadow, you've been
There,
part of some of those raids. I know Red Renegade has.
yeah, I've done Leviathan with the clan a couple of times. Earlier on into D2. A lot of like the later stuff I wasn't a part of with the clan, but I have done some of the raids. I've done Leviathan all the way through, Spire of Stars. Um, I don't think I have a full completion of either of the worlds, but I've gone through it a couple of times, and it's
Yeah,
like I'm not hurt about not having one.
it's just honestly, it's just one of those things where it's just like it's a really fun raid layer. That's one of my
Oh yeah, definitely.
okay, not first experiences, but I really appreciate the fact that they put in these raid layers, and so that's one thing I really enjoyed. It's also going back to that question, plan on finishing, probably not, and just a little more of the reason why. It's just because Bungie took a look at their data and like, we got Mars, we got Mercury. No one's really playing this a whole lot, so
Yeah.
let's remove it. Same reason with Io and Titan, they're not being played a whole lot, so
Hmm.
why keep it? It's just a
It's it's like they use them only for, or well, people only really use them for their beginning of the week stuff, where it's like they go to Mars to do escalation protocol to get IQ-less weapons, or like gear when they're like leveling a character, and then it's like, oh well, all right, well, I've got all this gear, I've got the exotics on Mars, I've completed all the stuff there. Well, done here. And with Mercury, what can you really do on Mercury, honestly?
so Mercury. A lot of it was getting all the weekly weapons at the time initially when Christopher Cyrus dropped. it was getting all of
Mhm.
that stuff to get the perfect paradox, and then also coming across Saint 14's grave. That was
It's
like,
kind of relevant, but unirrelevant since Sane is now, just alive and well and just kicking back in the tower.
yeah, well, that's the whole thing when they created the time travel and the paradox and everything. So it's just kind of that thing that happened. So yeah, Destiny wise, between me and Shadow, we can talk almost all night about Destiny stuff. We're kind
Uh,
of
uh,
we're kind of the
yeah,
lore buff gamer
yeah.
buffs of 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 it.
The girl, I guess, like,
So
who's the
much
noob
lore.
of Destiny right now? Me. I know nothing about Destiny.
Well,
Like, not even the story plot.
the most vanilla story plot I can give you of Destiny is humans on Earth found robot orb Jesus on like Mars actually. And they're like, "Hey, let's bring robot orb Jesus home with us." And then over like a ridiculously long amount of time, we were resurrected by robot orb Jesus, and now we must fight the enemies of humanity to keep humanity safe in the name of robot orb Jesus, aka the Traveler.
So what's
Okay.
interesting, yeah. So basically, what they were trying to do, um, the whole reason why Destiny came out as a thing was because they were trying to do like a medieval story. It just wasn't working for them. So they're like, we can't. Like, they couldn't leave sci-fi behind. So they're like, guys, got it. Knights in space with guns.
It's crazy to me how much the old like the warlords like kind of like lore for Destiny really captures that like feeling of like the Wild West of like it just like kind of seemed like the Wild West of Destiny because you had like all these like famous figures who were just like walking around Earth, just chilling, just claiming territory, and like it would just be like this person runs up on this person, and it's like, oh, I, you, you a light bearer? Yeah, I'm a light bearer. Okay, bet, let's go.
But
Bow bow.
what's also fun though with the lore of Destiny, and then we'll get to the next question, is originally Guardians were called undead. So secretly Dark Souls confirmed.
Wow. I
How did
never
we
Bef-
thought
get
that
back
was.
space on that one?
before they were called Guardians, they were called undead. So they were secretly Dark Souls was taking place without all the Halloween and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
Plot
yeah.
twist. This is the future of Dark Souls.
Future of Dark Souls. Oh my gosh.
Didn't see that one coming out, did you?
Yeah, it mainly just blew everybody's minds.
Let me just fall over.
But, but the downside to it is, like, technically you're not collecting souls in this game.
Yes, we are building up our light. One of the things that is really interesting about being a guardian is that you think because of gameplay mechanics that we can be resurrected like infinitesimal amount of time. But like every
Uh,
time we get bodied, we can just like pop back up. I'm back. I'm back. But there are limitations to guardians, which is the fact, or well, the reason why so many guardians die and don't come back, because the limiting factors are we have these devices that like follow us around that are called ghosts that have personality,
mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh yes, I can revive my master depending on how much light I have left in my battery that'll like regenerate over time. And that also goes towards like our crazy superpowers like firing Nova bombs,
Speaking of Nova bombs,
summoning shields.
I just casted one.
Gotta love Nova.
Yeah, we saw that now.
So yeah. So what's another question you guys got?
Hmm. I guess, like, are you thinking about getting the next DLC to Destiny?
Yes, that's already been pre-ordered. Um, I went a little crazy and bought the collector's edition. No,
Ooh,
Oh,
look at you.
and that definitely sounds like it burned a hole in your wallet.
just my tax
Oh.
return.
It's definitely worth it because with the collector's edition, they usually add little trinkets and like a small little lore book every time, and the stuff in there is always so juicy.
Yeah, I need to sit and read through it. So yeah,
Sounds like someone else got it.
I did not. I'm just going to buy the normal version of the game. I was thinking of pre-ordering the deluxe version so I could have the rhyme show, but
oh, you mean
I decided
this
to
shell?
rhyme show. So fancy, so much lore.
So, the deluxe version, like that usually comes with extra stuff, like better
Mhm.
looking weapons.
So
Well, I got this emote that came with it.
yeah, so for the pre-order, you normally get, or well, you normally get an exotic. That's like a pre-order exclusive that you normally would have to do something for later on.
Basically, what the pre-order does, you get to skip out from the exotic quest that you have to do for it, or the RNG for it. In this case, it's the No Time to Explain exotic rifle that drops. So for those that pre-order, we go ahead and we get it pretty much day
Mhm.
one, or after we complete the campaign. First, I gotta pay respects to this Swipper bot. This man is a
Man,
legend in of itself.
he's
Yeah,
one of the
him doing his
strongest
work during.
frames.
Yeah,
He's
he
also
should be a
the
hero.
only sweeper bot that has an out of tune whistle.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, I would say props to him. Him working during like this terrible war.
hmm And so also what I'm running through is the original tower that we spent 3 years in learning and loving and all that stuff. So just a little fun fact for everyone. Where our core just Nova bombed, this is where the speaker used to be at. But that's no longer here.
God,
And
I miss him.
then this door right here. So this is as far that we could explore originally. This door was locked. Now it's open.
Oh, that's cool.
One of my favorite things is how they elaborated more on the old tower. Like we could see more of the old tower than we ever could, and the homecoming mission and the outbreak perfected mission. Because like for both of them, we like go to the old tower, and it's like this duress, like broken down variation of the tower that we once knew and loved, and we can like to an extent just run around and be like, ooh, this was behind this door all along that I couldn't go behind. There was more to the hangar down here. Oh man, these elevators. I never got to take these.
Not to interrupt, but we have our first question in the chat.
So, alright. So I was able to see it. Which class do you like playing better? I have a preference of playing as a Warlock. Now, I have played all three. Warlock has been kind of my go-to. I just liked it. And then subclasses, I have like the Solar Dawnblade subclass a lot in Destiny 2. Back in D1, it was the toss-up between Sunsinger, more for because of the grenade spamming, or the Voidwalker because of the Nova. So I kind of like the Warlock all in all. But I have played the Hunter and the Titan, and they're really fun to play as well. But my go-to when I want to go out for the grind or just want to play Destiny, I'm just gonna sit down and I'm just gonna go Warlock.
Well, honestly, for me, I don't know what class do I like. Mainly, I've just been playing as Titan. Hey,
So
good.
the
Um,
best descriptions that I can like give for the classes are Warlocks are the equivalent of like your sci-fi gun-toting mages who are super book smart and packing odd alien powers. Your hunters are your futuristic Wild West Forest Rambo types, where they like hang out in the jungle, stalking their prey, you know, making their moments matter. And then you have the Titans, who are your classic juggernaut, kind of like
I,
shooting game characters, where they eat a lot
yeah,
of damage, hurt a
yeah.
lot of
But
people.
the question is, what's your favorite?
My favorite? I'll
Yes.
tell you, my favorite is Warlock. Warlock best class.
Okay, good, because you're really going on like a very long monologue.
Nah, what he was doing for a blue. He was also trying to help you understand the difference between like a warlock, hunter, and titan.
Hmm.
I always went with hunter. It's kind of like your DPS. Warlock's kind of like a healer in D2, and then titan's kind of like the tank.
Hmm. Except in
Well,
Crucible, they're
well,
they're not tanks in Crucible.
Yeah.
well, that's the main type of thing I usually play as in mini games is the tank.
Many a times I have known great fear in Crucible from
Now, I will say
Titans.
this: both me and Shadow have been playing Destiny 2 since the start. It has come a long ways.
It really has. Like especially with like Armor 2.0, Weapon 2.0.
And also the DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Year 1 DLCs was probably the lowest time in Destiny.
Yeah.
And Bungie was smart on getting people out to get the community's feedback on everything. On like what they could do to improve the game and that. And a lot of it came back as, guys, just wait for this fall. I know that's a long ways off, but just trust us, this fall is going to be worth it for us.
They
And
did kill it that fall.
they did. They definitely made a lot of fans upset with what happened, but it was also what else they did that to me helped revitalize the game.
Well, that's interesting.
I personally didn't go into Curse of Osiris and like Warmind, like when they first released. I was I had like just really like watched and I was like paying attention when like the DLCs first released, and I was like seeing all these videos of people talking about how Curse of Osiris like you could complete it in like 5 or 6 hours, and I'm like, what? Like the whole DLC in like 5 or 6 hours? That can't be right. And then, like people were talking about Granddaddy Warlock. You only see the real man for like a total of 5 seconds, and that's it. And I'm like, what? You? I was like, you make a whole DLC about Granddaddy Warlock, and he only gonna be on screen for 5 seconds? How can you do this to me, Bungie?
Yeah,
I'm trying to hang out with Granddad.
yeah, they they definitely did drop the ball with Curse of Osiris. And so, Blue, you're aware, Curse of Osiris. Osiris was before lore-wise, there's been a lot of like back and forth of how things have been with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, in short, Osiris was supposed to be like this infamous leader of this cult, and like you don't mess with this warlock type deal. And they changed the lore pretty bad on him.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He was they made him so fixated on the Vex where Ikor was basically become Vanguard leader, and so it's just like, yeah, Ikor, you're Vanguard leader, Osiris, deuces.
Like, oh my gosh, just so like Ikora described it pretty much as like Osiris. She would like come into Osiris' office and be like, Osiris, there's a meeting in 20 minutes. Not now. Not now, Ikora. I gotta worry about the Vex.
And then
Osiris, they're all the way on Mercury. But the Vex.
there's that one part where he walks into the meeting and he's pretty much just like, Council, y'all wrong. It's the Vex. We gotta do something about it. And they're like, nah, fam. He's like, later. And then
Council's over here like, yes, blah 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 blah. The darkness. Darkness, darkness. Then Osiris just walks up to the board, flips it.
Vex.
Vex! He just
Yeah.
writes on it with Sharpie, Vex in all capital letters.
Wait, did he really? Like Ryan Sharpie?
No, that
No,
didn't happen.
no, that didn't happen. But we're just giving like if it was to happen today in today's society, that's kind of like the whole thing. And
Oh.
so like that's
Yeah,
where they kind of like fell flat with Osiris because like Icord was supposed to earn it because of what was going on, and so yeah, Osiris kind
they
of
yeah, they definitely made a chorus sound like she got the job. It was like, hey, you're Osiris's understudy, right? Yeah, yes I am. Congratulations, you're head warlock. What? Why? Because Osiris is nowhere to be found. Say what? Yeah, you get his job.
all right. So we just got another question from Butter Biscuit, not Biscuit, Biscuit, not Biscuit.
Yeah.
Favorite Guardian character in this game?
Ah,
Well, I can't say my favorite character because technically he's dead.
yeah. Death shouldn't exclude you
Death,
from any character.
death doesn't exclude it.
Yeah. I still say I'd count Cade.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cade.
Okay, Kate is definitely a lot of the fans' favorites, but honestly, after going through Shadowkeep and playing through the Forsaken,
Mhm.
Ikora definitely goes up there.
You know it. Like, oh my gosh. Just seeing Ikora. Like, man. So, Forsaken and Shadowkeep really shook up where, like, a lot of characters, like, stood for me. Because, like, Zavala was always, like, like, okay tier. Cade was always, like, top tier. Like, coming into Destiny 2, I was like, I'm always gonna love Cade. But then I'm like, man, I love Cade. But, like, the complicated character stories that are going on here, I just love it. I'm like, I slid down Zavala a bit. I raised up Ikora a bit. I was like, Ir- Iris more. I'm like, man, I wasn't a huge fan in D1, but you know what? I'm putting you on my top 10 list now.
See, and then my other one after Ikora is going to be the Drifter.
Ha.
Oh, I totally forgot about the Drifter.
Drifter is my number one.
Yeah, a lot of it's because of how rogue he is. And if I'm understanding everything from the latest trailer that they launched for Beyond Light, it's going to be Erismorn, Drifter, and the Exo Stranger as our Dark Vanguard.
Oh my god, I never thought of it that way. Dark Vanguard is Drifter. Drifter for the Warlocks. Eris for,
The
I guess, the Titans.
yeah,
And then Exo for the Hunters.
yeah, because Drifter is definitely a warlock, and I may have missed a few things. I may not understand the lore, a little misunderstand the lore, but I thought Eris was also a warlock as well.
No, so
Or was she a
interesting thing.
hunter? Or was she a hunter?
Yeah, she was a hunter who ended up getting trained to an extent by Ikora. Cause Ikora has a line where she says with Eris, she was a hunter at first. She came to me and I taught her some things. And like I don't know if I'll ever teach another hunter warlock things again.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, like Eris is a hunter? I mean, like she's just always had that like kind of like warlock vibe. Or well, like that kind of cursed warlock vibe, like Tolan, like Asher.
Hmm.
Kinda like where it's like got too close to this thing and now I'm like marked for life by it.
Yeah.
Gosh, Tolan's up there too. He's pretty great, even though he's just an orb. Paracausal energy. Just booping around.
Well, hello there, Yellow.
Hello.
So we got some. We're doing a Q&A. Obviously, can be from anything. Currently, we've been having questions asked about us from Destiny stuff, whether favorite character, lore stuff. Do I have the next expansion ready to come out?
Yeah.
From a vast array of everything, just kicking back and chilling. So yeah, like honestly, like yeah, that's basically was what I was getting at. Was understanding was that, but yeah, I Yeah, because Eris is definitely a hunter, but from that last trailer, I have no idea what she's what is, but EXO definitely comes across as a, like hunter, gives that hunter
Yeah,
vibe, hardcore,
definitely does.
and like the Drifter. Yes, I just finished up the Homecoming. Now I'm going to get to one of my favorite sequences, uh, music-wise, in the original soundtrack for this game.
It is, gosh, the Red War like soundtrack was just really great. I think Forsaken is like just some of my favorite soundtracks, especially like some of the songs that play from the Prison Break.
Hmm.
I think the Prison Break is one of my favorite missions in Destiny, just because how cinematic it was.
Yeah, and I really hope we get a lot more cinematic with Beyond Light and moving forward with all the stuff. Like we get a lot more cinematic and we get a lot more like in-story content and stuff like that. Because I do know the biggest thing that has plagued Destiny is what people feel like is a lack of content between everything and like how quick it is to get through stuff. To be
Yeah.
fair, I will defend
Mm-hmm.
Bungie in this front. They intend this to become like a hobby where you can pick it up and play it off and on, and you have plenty of time to get through the stuff. I don't think they have it intended to easily get it done within the first couple of days. Because then, if you do that,
Yeah,
you have what are you gonna do for the rest of the time?
Yeah, that's
it's like,
true.
it's hard. Like, yeah, I can imagine it being like nigh impossible for Bungie, where it's like they have to strike a balance between free to play and casual players, like having content, and then you also have to like make stuff for the hardcore crowd to keep them coming back. And like, it just sounds like such like a hard like balancing beam to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the track that's playing in the background, it's called Journey, and I love it because you got a string quartet that's the main focus, and I love it when you get to like the end where you get like the choir singing, and it's just to me it's just like a very beautiful piece, and it like
Spectacular.
to me it
Yeah.
nails like the perfect like we lost.
This was like a very wild, like, oh my gosh, just hearing about like the main story of Destiny 2 really threw me for a loop. Because it was like, this is just like one of like, even like as Guardians, one of our like biggest just, oof, we dropped the ball on this one kind of moment. And
Uh,
it's like,
I actually have one question. Like you said, like that we're known as guardians, right?
Yes.
yes.
Then like is everybody else like guardians as well?
So there's an interesting thing. So one question that is always a thing in Destiny is, so when you're chosen by the Traveler, by a ghost, you're like given the light, and you're considered a guardian. But when you like stray outside of those lines, what like technically stops you from being a guardian? And to an extent, we see like where that's questioned often, because we have guardians who have gone rogue in a sense to like the idea of like being powered by the light, and like kind of like devil, like, you know, dabbled in like dark magic, and like, you know, just like these like done these horrible atrocities to achieve power. And it's like we can't even call them like normal guardians, so they coined the term light bearer, or well, rogue light bearers for them.
Hmm.
So in a sense, it would be like the Drifter.
Mm-hmm. The
Like,
Drifter is one thing that's like really interesting is that like characters like Eris and the Drifter are on the outs with the Vanguard, because the Vanguard are like, they yes, they were guardians at a point once upon a time, but now they're like playing with like things that are like less than acceptable by our cause. They're not like using purely the forces of light anymore to achieve power or to gain understanding.
yeah,
Hmm.
one example of that, it's more of a tragic backstory, and like really messed up what happened. So the Hive came and took us from the moon. And so Eris and her fire team went down and was like, we're going to fight the son of a hive god, who's basically a hive god himself, Crota. We're going to go and fight him. And the reason why we had to flee the moon was, they're out there exploring and all this stuff, and like they come across the hive, and then here all of a sudden is Crota with his sword logic basically one-shotting guardians and killing and pulling the light out from them and killing both guardian and ghost, making it where the guardians are like perma-dead, like they ain't coming back.
Crota stepped up to the moon's surface and started one-shotting Guardians.
Basically. And so they're like, okay, it's on. So Eris and her fire team went down to go and face Crota. She's the only one that came back. Lost her ghost, took the eyes from an acolyte, and gave it to herself.
You can't forget what happened to Tolan.
Tolan became like super obsessed with like the hive and everything, and like is somewhere between dimensions or whatever.
Yeah, because what ended up happening to Tolan on that raid when they went down to go face the hive? They brought Tolan along, but Tolan's like, "Oh, I'm this huge expert on the hive. I can help y'all navigate and deal with them." So a witch rolled up on Tolan while they were down in the hive and just ripped his soul out of his body.
Well, that's kind of terrifying.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Tolan now just kind of kicks it in the spirit realm. A ball of like white and dark death and despair just rolling up on us and being like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Tolan."
Yeah, and so like it was a very interesting like thing that happened with him. It's just like what the crap. And so Ikora, if I understand correctly, she does use some of the hive magic. She has become like the tower's hive expert.
Yes.
But before the events of Destiny 2, Eris is like, peace out, guys. And like she's been like not so much AFK, but more like MIA into like Shadowkeep. And she pops up like, guys, we're needed at the moon. And then
I found the triangle.
I found the Dorito.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is a wild thing that like I didn't think about. I was like, oh my god, Eris has been like just gone ever since like Taken King. We just haven't seen her.
Yeah. Like obviously like as far as gameplay to pick up her bounties and stuff, yeah, she was still in the tower, but lore wise she's been gone. And then she shows up. and so like Ikora comes to the moon and she's like, crap, Eris, we goofed. Whatever you need, we'll give it to you. Guardian, do whatever she asks. And that gave me mad respect for Ikora, the fact that she's like, we goofed. Guardian, we're gonna make this right with her.
And, oh god, I love Ikora. She's definitely like been way more understanding. And like I really love it to see like how she's like now hit this air of understanding, how she's trying to reach out and she's like not trying to lose anyone else after Cade. While like Zavala's character arc has been like he's become more terrified and more afraid of the loss of his friends. It's like I don't want to lose any more of my buddies.
Well, like the thing that we have to keep in mind with Zavala is Vanguard leader.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to put city first. And so that's why he's like, guys, don't go to war with the Reef, please. There's more at stake than just avenging Cade. And so when the darkness shows up, or when more of the Dreader shows up, he's like, crap. And so for those that have the season pass, you have the whole story arc where you're trying to get Asher, Sloane, Brother Vance, and Anna Bray to come back to the city And Anna Bray's the only one that came back because she can't. She's got to bring her child Rasputin back with her.
Yeah, one of the wildest things that happened when the triangle showed up is that last season you spend the entire season building up Rasputin, getting him ready, punch the darkness. You see the triangle ships approaching on the Warsat bunkers. It's like, oh man, the square off of the century is happening. Rasputin versus darkness. V2. Rasputin's got it this time. Darkness rolls up in the galaxy, immediately takes out Rasputin.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It's like literally like Rasputin's like later.
Like I just imagine it like one of those like fight videos you see where the two fighters are squaring up and then one just punches the other so hard with the first hit that they just go down immediately. And that was just Rasputin.
That was Rasputin so hard. And so like Anna Bray was the only one that came back. Everyone else like no, we're staying here to fend off the darkness.
Yes. Oh my god. Because like Stallone's gonna punch the Stallone's gonna punch the pyramid.
Stallone's gonna pull a Titan, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And so
She's
like
gonna stand in place and fight until she can't no more.
yeah, and so like that's what makes a lot of that like hard on Savala is that like he's trying to have all his friends and that, but none of them are coming back, and so like it's now
Everyone is
us.
just like, yes, I will sign up for death by pyramid. And they probably won't, but at the same time,
Yes,
yes,
Yellow.
yellow.
Punching solves everything.
Yes, take it from someone who plays as the Titan. Titan does solve everything.
Yellow also
Man,
plays as a Titan as well.
but yellow's a great Titan.
Oh, it's great.
I'll have you on my fire team anytime, yellow.
Not me.
Well, Dakota, we'll talk about it.
Wow.
You're totally welcome.
Well, okay.
Buddy.
So Shadow, here's some great irony about Yellow's Titan. I will snipe you, or I will punch you. There is no middle ground.
What? Then I snipe everything because I like my rifle.
So,
Lore-wise, you would fit a better hunter, but punch.
You know, the funny thing is, he would like go down in the lore as like a very famous Titan.
plot twist to Yellow. She actually is actually a hunter, not a Titan.
I'm a hunter trained as a Titan.
I was a hunter, but then I realized I like punch too much, so I became a Titan. Punch. Just like goes down in history. There was once a Titan who sniped all of their foes. Really? Yes. And when they didn't snipe, they punched.
So Yellow,
I have a second character that is a hunter.
how are you liking the hunter?
Can I join you at the farm?
Well, I gotta do another solo mission if you were going to invade me. Wrong place.
Get like an announcement instead of someone joined your fire team said you've been invaded by Shadow 759.
No, because I have to do the spark. I have to get my light back.
He's gotta get his light back. Light back. Man.
Fun, almost forgot my Titan a bit.
You want do it, Yellow?
Feel free to.
Yeah, so Yellow's also another. Yellow has joined in a lot of the Kingdom Hearts streams, and she was also on the stream last week as I was going through Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces.
She's our TH2 guru.
She is our Kingdom Hearts guru. She is, honestly, if you want Kingdom Hearts gameplay, lore, speedrun stuff, she knows all of it. Playing's a different story, but knowing, she knows.
Okay. Maybe Yellow, you can explain to me the corkboard covered in string that is the Kingdom Heart universe. Because to my understanding, Xehanort did it, and that's all I need to know.
All right. So what are some other questions you guys got?
I guess.
Give me a second to get this balance. Jeez.
And
A little
there's the
bit.
yellow.
You know what? Okay, I got a good question.
Okay.
Favorite alien race?
Favorite
In
alien
Destiny
race.
or what game?
In Destiny.
Okay.
Keep it Destiny relevant.
For me, honestly, I think it's gonna have to end up being like how yeah the Cabal's cool and all, but as I dig a little deeper into the lore, I'm gonna go with the Fallen just because they were once the Traveler's Chosen, and how they like legit worship the Traveler, and they also worship the Servitors. And so when you watch the Beyond Light trailer, where Aramis punches the Servitor, that's not like oh show of power. No, she's like defying her religion. She's like
One of my favorite.
I am no longer worshiping these machines.
So is this the equivalent to Christians punching Jesus?
Like
Basically,
I
yes.
imagine it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I picture like them just having like a wooden cutout of the J-Man, and then like someone just pulling out a
J-
shotgun and just blowing it away.
J-Man.
J-Man just staying there, thumbs up, bearded, and
Oh
he's
my
just like,
goodness.
"Hey
because
guys," and they're just like, "No more J-Man."
my name is Bive went through and kind of talked about it. It's like Aramis basically did whole sacrilege right there by
Yeah,
destroying the servitor. And that servitor was just there, thought it was good, chill time and all that stuff. Nope.
I forget sometimes. The servitors are the orb things, right?
Yes, they're the
Mhm.
orb things.
I hate the orbs. They are the
Send it to
death
me.
orbs, and I hate them.
Truly, they are, especially in Gambit when you get like the Taken servitor as like the boss. It's like, oh god.
Oh, that's awful. One day I'll know fully the experience. I only get secondhand experience with the with matchmaking experiences.
Yes. Yellow has seen my gameplays of Gambit and stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to vibe and just now I can still hear the drifter's voice in my head.
All right, all right, all right. Fallen on the field.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My girlfriend
Got a
Kayla
portal to the
loves
other
Gambit.
side.
So many nights we've like she'll get on Destiny and she'll be like, "Hey, you want to play Destiny together?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." And then immediately she will join like the Gambit queue the moment I join her fire team, and I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those kind of nights."
All right, listen here,
What's
you maggots.
Sometimes it's fun to matchmake and fail miserably.
well? That's me most of the day.
All right, so I gotta hear
Matchmaking is
your
so
other
much better
guys'
during the day.
what some of your guys' favorite alien
Races.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, I can go a little more into
Wait.
the Fallen, but I want to hear your guys' first.
I think my I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I think my favorite are the Cobalt solely because when the big guys spawn, they accidentally kill newbies every time, and it's the best thing to watch.
Oh my god, I hate them so.
Yes.
I get hit by those dropships every time.
Every time, it is so fun to watch people get hit by the dropships.
And what's even?
I wish I had a count.
Mutual friend of ours started Destiny, immediately got clobbered. So many people I've watched got clobbered. Me, I didn't get out of the way in time, got clobbered. And it's really funny to watch someone trying to help them respawn and then immediately dying with them right afterwards.
Yeah, it is hilarious. It's like this one right here, and in the Red War campaign, like the first time you're playing was like super cool. Yeah, kind of a little disappointed that you didn't play a lot without your powers, but that kind of takes like without the light, you kind of lose that identity to Destiny.
Mm.
Yeah, then it just becomes Call of Duty with aliens.
Okay,
That's
I'm just
it's
gonna take a moment to appreciate that finisher. That was literally a smash finisher knocking him right out of the park.
yeah,
Man, some
So
of the finishers are spectacular.
I got all
yeah.
the
They
I'm
are.
surprised,
finishers.
I'm surprised someone would stay there that long just for you to punch them.
I kind
The
of
idea behind it,
choke them out.
yeet.
just they're just like so dazed from your like getting shot repeatedly, like oh my god, and then you just run up. Hey, hold on, one moment, karate chop.
I mean, anyone would be dazed after being pumped full of lead or whatever these guys use their bullets with.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
Yeah,
depends on the gun. Sometimes we're using like radioactive lasers and explosive rockets and
and even shotguns.
All right. So
gravity itself.
yeah. So we got Fallen. We got Cabal. We're missing two more.
Okay, so mine is Fallen 2, but it's for like a kind of, or well, it's for a different reason. So one of my favorite things is that over the course of Destiny 1, I've really enjoyed seeing how we've just decimated like the class system that was the Fallen and the Elixir. Or well, like what was left of it after like the Whirlwind and the loss of the Traveler, to the point where it's like, yeah, we don't know what we are anymore. We just want to be criminals.
I mean, isn't that everyone's aspiration at some point to do crime? Not that we advocate crime, but everybody's aspired to do it at least once. Don't lie to me.
And you know what? You're not wrong.
You're not wrong indeed. But and like Destiny 1, it was like, man, the Fallen tried to take us out at the Battle of Six Fronts and the Twilight Gap. Let's fix that. And then Zavala was like, yes, we will kill all of their leadership, every single one.
Not to mention,
There are
it's the
cons.
same thing with like the Cabal.
Go big or
Whether we like it or not, we have stepped into the war with the Cabal. Let's start by
Let's
taking out
go
their.
big or go home.
Yeah, like, man, I kind of missed that Zavala. Because, man, Destiny 1 Zavala was like, genocide? Totally an option.
Did someone say murder? Let's go.
I swear, like, every Saturday, Zavala would get, like, a strike team together, and he's like, your mission is to cripple this alien race that is our enemy. Zavala, doesn't that seem very cruel and unusual punishment? Whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into genocide of the Cabal.
Now, if you go back and watch I think the Vidoc or the launch trailer, you have Cabal and Zavala, kind of nervously trying to talk about a truce together. So whether we liked it or not, we have stepped into a peace treaty with the Cabal on Mars.
Mars being consumed by the Dorito in the distance. Can you imagine just like them like, so since we've lost Mars and Mercury and also Io and Titan, I think it's time that we come to a truce with the Guardians. Guardians. Say what now? Oh, I was about to like soup you out of existence.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
about
we're
right.
very
Yeah.
shoot first, loot
Alright.
later kind of group.
So now we gotta ask Blue.
I also can't remember its race, but it's those guys that come through portals.
Vex.
The Vex.
Vex, yeah, they're my favorite.
You know, we haven't had a raid with the Vex since Vault of Glass.
That is true.
Because
Like-
there's Vault of Glass, that was the only Vex raid, and then we had the Grotto's End for the Dark Below. Then,
Well, there's
Taken
Garden
King.
of Salvation.
yeah, I forgot about. I haven't done that one, so yeah. Vault of
Yeah,
Glass
it's
and
mostly,
Garden of Salvation, and then King's Fall, which was Taken and Hive, and then honestly my favorite raid. So Destiny 1 I did Curtis End and also it's genocide on an unimaginable scale. You are completely right.
Yeah.
The
God.
accuracy.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? If I could take back my vote now, I think my favorite alien race, they're not like an enemy type, but it's the Arankara. Because space dragons.
Well, I like the Vex because
Very
of
valid.
pretty much
Wait,
their dark and bright like colors. Like when I meant color, I mean like they're only one color, which is white.
One of the wildest things about the Vex is that they're the normal child, like out of the galaxy, to an extent.
that's hilarious.
Okay,
Wait,
a
wait,
little.
they're considered normal?
Okay,
Yes.
hold up. But with that, the Vex has this thing where they want to just straight up nuke the entire universe. They want the entire universe dark and like
Yes.
them. Like they want to
Yeah,
Just
black hole everything.
I was gonna say, how is that normal?
so, what I mean by that is that the Vex are the only race that has nothing going for them, besides the fact they're big brain.
They do a lot of they do a lot of big brain time, like a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the only ones that like aren't exactly light and they're not aren't exactly dark.
They're like in the
Except for the
neutral zone.
yeah, they're like basically like just an army of math teachers and mathematicians trying to take over the world.
And want everything to be like the Vex. Like everything has to be modeled after the Vex.
Yeah, so like think of it as like
So
all the college
basically
professors.
Cybermen.
Yes, that sums up Cyberman.
It's like all your college professors coming together, writing up a plan to take over the universe, and for it to be only them, and then them figuring out how to do it with just them.
I think the Cybermen reference went over
Don't,
Shadow's head.
don't get the college professor's ideas.
Yeah. By the way, Shadow, do you have something against college school or something?
What?
Because mainly you've been saying like teachers and professors and all that, like using those as references.
Oh.
Yes, I think of my school teachers as Vex. Honestly, it helps me get through my classes. Really, I just imagine them robotic frames with radiolarian centers, prepared to be killed at any moment by a well placed bullet.
Okay.
Do you need therapy?
He
Because
I
it
don't
always
know what
sounds
you're
like you
talking
might
therapy.
need some therapy.
So,
Are
the
you
only-
okay?
Yeah, I'm totally okay. Hey, Hero, I'm invading your fire team.
I
now,
noted
just-
that. I noted that you invaded.
Huh. If this was
Too
Dark Souls,
well.
this would be quite terrifying.
I'll say me. Devin Kane's just like, I sense another guardian coming for you.
Guardian.
He's coming to steal your snacks.
I'm-
By the way,
placed-
earlier in this stream, I heard Star Wars music in the background.
Yes, my parents and sister, they're watching Star Wars. Um,
Sweet.
she's been in a Star Wars
The
movie.
timing was perfect.
She recently finished Star Wars Rebels, and then watched the
Oh,
latest
sweet.
episode of Mandalorian, which just no spoilers. It just further enforces the whole tough dad protecting innocent child. Like it reinforces that
Yes.
hardcore. Because there's a couple moments where the child just comes rushing to the Mandalorian, He's like, "Daddy, save me!"
Oh my
We
god.
stand tough dad trope. Tough dad trope is the best thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
Like-
all. That's all we're gonna say, just in respect for those that want to go in spoiler free for that episode.
Don't, please don't bring up the Mandalorian around me. Because, every time, I'm like, I could gush for hours on how much I love Jon Favreau and the Mandalorian. Let me stop myself now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a phenomenal writer. And Dave Filoni, in charge of Star Wars, small Star Wars projects, he does a phenomenal job with, which is why Clone Wars and
Yes.
Rebels did a phenomenal job.
I like-
We don't talk
God,
about
this
Resistance.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
What's
But-
Resistance?
It,
No, I know. I don't want to remember.
it didn't work.
I don't want to remember.
So many hours lost watching that show.
You
Yeah.
poor thing.
So, part of so
Star Wars.
we got the Vex, we got Fallen, we got Cabal. So also, as Shadow's talking about the Fallen, the reason why I also like it is between the Fallen and Hive, they're the only ones that really given us Guardians like a run for our money as far as like nearly taking us out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, there was the Fallen at the Battle of Six Fronts. Man, if House of Kings arrived, I think we might have bit it there.
Also, if it wasn't for the Awoken and the Reef, like, bet they're infringing, encroaching on our territory. Let's blast them.
Gosh, hashtag Queen Son. Queen Son, best girl.
And that's one thing I really did appreciate in like Forsaken. Like, oh yeah, by the way, you thought Mara Sov died during the Taken War? Jokes. She lived.
Mara reveals that she's been playing space chess all along. She's like, you thought I sacrificed myself, but in fact, this was just a power move to gain immortality.
Because basically, I think Eris Morn and Marsov were in the works together, knowing that it had to be us to take out Oryx.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another reason why Eris is up there as well with top favorites, just because she plays the long game. Like, she doesn't mess around when she sees a threat. One best
Eris
moments
is big brain.
of one of my favorite moments in Destiny 1 in Taken King, one of the few cutscenes. Eris, get your rock off my map.
That's hilarious. Not knowing the
just-
context makes it even better. Because I just
Oh,
imagine like
God.
a pet rock with a little smiley face drawn on it in Sharpie. And it's not even like a well-drawn smiley face, it's really crooked. And you can
Oh
tell
my
it was made in a
God.
hurry.
It was
Because it was
in a
made like
hurry.
in the middle of a fight.
This elevator is one of my favorite things.
Oh gosh. The real question is, do they play elevator music? Oh my god. Did
Nope.
what?
Did I answer a question?
Did that just like slam down?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, it slammed down.
That's beautiful.
All right.
Well, honestly, they should put an out of order sign on that.
They-
Probably.
They need to put in a work order.
The Guardian doesn't have paper or a Sharpie.
No, we're
He
not
needs to
worried
ask
about
Eris
it.
for that.
We'll shoot it to fix it.
Honestly,
Just shoot the message into the wall.
No, wait. Where's the yellow thing? Just punch it.
Just
Oh, yeah.
punch it. Yeah.
Man, I'll stick with K.
No, snipe it. You gotta snipe it.
Snipe it.
all right. So we got another
Yeah.
question in chat. This one's a little more broader. Favorite character in video games?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'd probably answer my obsession of the week, or month, or day. Go. Grenade. Oh.
We're all thinking about this. We just aren't sure yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
guess
is
I'd go
pretty.
with- Oh. Yeah, it's a hard one, honestly.
Like,
I have two that I'm stuck between.
You only have two. I have many
Yeah.
favorite characters.
I'm sure there's many. I just don't want to remember them right now. Because I know whatever answer I'm going to give, I'm going to be unsatisfied with it later.
So
You know what?
for me, like, honestly, like, depending on, like, okay, so if we're gonna go with, like, JRPGs, I'm gonna go either with the Persona 4 and main character or Joker.
Oh, that's right, Narukami. I freaking love Narukami.
Yes, Narukami.
I know that's not the only reason I say Narukami is I know that the character you pick the name for the
He's
character,
distinct.
but that was the name that they chose for him in the anime. So
That's the anime name, like how Joker in Persona 5 anime is Ren.
yes,
So yeah, it would honestly be there just due to, haha, I blew you up.
It was the last one that got me.
oh
I
rip.
almost made it to the ramp.
I would say for me, Delson Rowe from Infinite Second Son.
Oh, stop it! I didn't even think about him.
Mainly
I
because
had
of his
missed.
power to literally. It's basically like a mimic.
Hashtag mimic
You know,
charm.
I can't wait to play that. Um, oh, okay, so Butter likes Tetsuya in Persona 2.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Honestly, I've never played a Persona game,
Oh
They're
and
boy,
definitely
oh
interesting
boy.
to play.
You
and
are
I actually had.
in for a treat when you sit down and play.
Yeah, I know. Like I remember you and
Oh,
Barn gave me like the whole entire story of the Persona games.
we gave you kind of like the brief outline of like Persona 5 and like Persona 4,
Yeah.
basically. But his favorite though is Persona 3.
Ooh, that one's a good one. I don't know the exact story. I just know how it ends. Not gonna say anything about that, but I know how it ends. That's
Yeah,
all.
because I believe if I remember correctly, the main story is like everyone's just kind of like they're okay with how things are going, and like your main characters and your characters kind of like accept like death is the reality of things, but they kind of like fight back. Cause I kind of like that about the Persona games is like fighting back against a form of reality.
The impossible.
And then I also like with recent games, I like Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima.
Man, like, okay, I'm just gonna put mine out there and that. Yeah. God, this is so hard. It's so hard to like have one and like be like, this is the one I'm gonna say. And
Well, a lot of it
I'm
for
gonna
me
risk
just depends on like the game genre or that for me, cause like, and I'm just thinking recent games that I've played.
it's like so hard for me with like recent games because like if there's like something I really enjoy, I get obsessed with it. Like The Witcher 3, I played that straight for like 3 weeks straight until I completed like almost everything.
Oh, I enjoy Henry Cavill as The Witcher. Like,
Oh my god, he's
fabulous
perfect.
job, fabulous job right there.
So your favorite character is the Witcher?
So I would love to say The Witcher, but I'm gonna answer with my first favorite character of all times. Sly Cooper, the best thief
Oh,
in the
sweet,
neighborhood, baby.
yes.
Classic.
Sly
Oh my
Cooper,
god.
Infamous
Wait.
Son, Ghost of Tsushima. We got the lineup.
We got it. Yeah.
We
Now
got the
we just need
trifecta.
someone to say Cole McGrath and we'll be all set.
I have
Was
no
there
idea who that is, so I can't say it.
It's
was
okay.
wasn't there like a Capcom game that had like a bunch of like Capcom characters in like in a battle royale?
There was also a PlayStation Battle Royale game.
All right, so we've answered that now. But we haven't heard yellows yet.
um, this is a tough one. Of the games I've actually managed to play, oh wait, I forgot about Danganronpa. Oops.
Oh my god.
But yeah, high class weeb right here. It used to be going out to the dankest of weeb. I can't even finish my sentence. First thought that I had was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Absolute cinnamon roll. Poor kid goes through way too much crap. He's a good
Oh
kid.
my god.
Between that and
Mm.
Aqua, between him and Aqua.
But oh shoot, that's a tough one. Don't make me
Poor
make that
Aqua.
choice. That's a sin.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I got it. I'm gonna help you
Although
out here.
Aqua is best girl.
Yeah, I was
No
about to
offense to
say.
Kyrie, but Kyrie needs more screen time. Aqua is best girl, and in the case of Danganronpa, I actually really like Hajime Hinata's character. He's the main character of Danganronpa too. And the blandest, probably looks like the blandest protagonist you would ever meet, but he's got an interesting character arc.
Yeah. Really like unsuspecting protagonists where it's like you're like, oh man, I know where this is going, and then it's like several hours into the game later, you're like, I didn't see this coming at all.
Like one thing that one thing that I really like as well with stuff is with how they do some of the stories is like I like it when your character isn't someone significant and they become something significant by the end of their story. I think that's one reason why the Persona games are so fun because your character is basically a no one, and you remain a no one, but you save the world.
Narukami begs to differ. He was a Chad. He managed to get the hearts of like multiple women.
Basically, okay, he's a harem through and through. Okay, between him and
He's
Joker.
a harem protagonist.
Because okay, have you seen the Valentine's harem thing where if you romance every single girl in Persona 5, what happens? Have you seen
Oh
that?
my god, yes.
Wait, Hero. I forgot to ask. Who did you choose when you did Persona 5?
Okay, first playthrough of Persona
Is this
5,
the chocolate event?
I did Anne. I did Anne.
Oh.
Um,
1 second.
and then for Persona 5 Royal, which I still need to finish, I'm on the final dungeon. Is forget the redhead, Surumi,
Kasumi?
Kasumi, yes, the redhead. Um,
Yeah.
Solid choice.
I do know people argue saying Makoto is best girl and that.
Oh
You
gosh,
know
yeah.
Makoto is best mom girl.
Wait,
Well,
did
also,
that just fly off with like no warning?
Yes, these boxes will kill you if you're close enough.
yes,
Oh my
because,
god.
I should know.
Killer boxes.
yeah.
I should know. My first time playing this game, I was
Farewell.
able to stand nearby a box.
Have you guys taken a look at the comment?
Oh. Oh.
I love that song. Oh, I was supposed to go inside. Okay.
Also, don't forget, she's also Asuna from SAO.
Oh, really?
Mayu
Yes,
Asuki, wow.
she is voiced by Asuna.
Wow. On my first go on Persona 5, the waifu I chose was the doctor.
Why am I not surprised with that?
Yeah, I am a huge sucker for goth aesthetic, and I was like, ooh, ma'am, how you doing?
Why do I...
yeah, you do
I
know
mean,
you're
I
not-
don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
It would like come back to bite me later because I was like, man, all these late game waifus. So at one point I was like, man, if I had the ability, I would have picked Futaba on my first run.
Okay, Futaba was just to me, it's just kind of a weird choice because she kind of views you as like the brother, and then you like if you romance her, it's like that weird like.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those like weird ones, but I just like enjoy like her personality traits.
She's also very relatable.
Oh, we go down.
Very relatable, as well. Like I really appreciate that with like a lot of the Persona games. It's like they have like almost you can relate to at least one of those characters in one form or fashion, and also despises pretty much every single villain that you come across.
I did really enjoy like the idea that every villain in Persona 5 were like people, were like realistically abusing their power. Oh, Hero, I've died again.
Can you not die?
I thought I could fly right off the balcony, but you see, I could not.
I'll just get this drink.
Oh, I attempted to.
Meanwhile, me and Shadow run into each other.
Oh my goodness. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoy how like the Atlas games tackle really tough like subjects and handle it very well as well.
Most definitely. It's like, God, because there's so few like things that can just tackle like very hard subjects with like a form of media and handle them respectfully and gracefully without it like coming off like as like very inappropriate or like kind of preachy.
Yeah, that's one thing I do like about Detroit Become Human when you first meet Kara. Um, and like what goes on with that android. Like I do remember, like over in Europe, there's a lot of like controversy about the whole. Oh yeah, you guys are having what in your game? That's so not cool. But when I sat and played through that chapter, Yellow can attest to it. Like, yeah, it was brutal, but like it brings awareness on everything, and like the game like shows like, yeah, this isn't the first time that Kara had to go back and get repaired.
Gosh.
I would say that's my favorite character in Detroit Becomes Human is Kara.
How dare you insult me? It is Connor through and through. That child is
Connor
precious.
is
No,
best
it's
boy.
Connor and his coin flipping antics.
Yes, him and Hank, best father son ever.
Father
Oh my
son
gosh.
bromance story, whatever you like. It is precious. Like Connor becomes
I felt
adopted by Hank when you play that, when you play it like human Connor.
yes.
You
That's
know what?
great. I
I
got
guess
betrayed.
I I I guess I missed something in the game because I got betrayed by him.
So
Oh, so
the thing with Hank, you have to play deviant Connor to get that relationship. Like
yeah,
when you first meet Hank, you want to start boosting a good relationship between you and him.
you want
Buy
to
him
come
a
on
drink.
to you. Really? I
Yes,
think I did. I might have.
you buy
But
him a
what like
drink.
betrayed me is like I went for like best boy Connor and Hank bond from the start, and then later on in the game there's a moment where like it's really down to the wire and like Connor's going to die unless you answer a very specific question of Hank's. And before they like did a patch for it, there was no way of being able to guess the answer unless you specifically knew the information. And like he asked me this question, and I was like, I
What,
don't know the answer.
what was
I
the
don't know the
question?
answer.
What was the question?
It was like
Oh, it was the name.
yeah,
It was the
yeah, it
name.
was the name one. And like originally in the game, you couldn't even guess the right name unless you like found out what the name was.
That's the one thing I
So
did like though, because like it taught you that you had to take the time to get to know Hank, and also
yay, it
don't
was
forget
like,
about his dog.
You
yay,
have
I
to
knew
go
like
through his stuff
everything
in order to
else.
know everything.
Yeah,
Don't do
because like
Go
sumo
through
dirty.
everything.
Don't do sumo dirty.
yeah, I love sumo. Like I was like, oh my god, it's a Saint Bernard. I love Saint Bernard. They're like fat, lazy dogs. It's like my favorite breed. Well, one of my
Sumo
favorites.
attack. Ruff. Good boy.
I just see you kick this man in the eye.
28 stab wounds.
My ears, my ears.
Ow!
Take a look at the
Ow.
chat, and you'll understand why I did it.
I saw the chat. I just don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah, you did have to do
Just
it that
destroyed
loud,
my
man.
ears with the mic, mate. Come on. I will drive to your house and replay that clip in your ears.
Do it.
Just like max volume. Connor,
Don't do it.
28 stab wounds.
Don't forget when we did that dub on our demonetized fandub channel.
Oh my gosh, that was such a mess.
Musk Road.
We never finished it because of our scheduling and that, but it was. Uh,
It was fun while it lasted.
Oh.
It is also one of the few times that Hero has ever used
let's just say
has ever swears.
that's one
Has
of the
ever
few
swear.
times
okay.
you'll actually
I understand
hear
what you're saying now.
language,
Very rare. Very
language,
rare.
and strong
Yeah.
language. Though we did talk after that filming session.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Because it was kind of intense for all of us.
It was very intense, and I was very nervous when it came to filming that scene in particular. Though,
Yeah.
though when we did it, and the words that I chose in that, worked and it didn't feel out of place and it didn't feel like, oh, I'm like this middle schooler just using language to use language. If it fit and you guys didn't even recognize that I used that language.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not like me where every once in a while I just use it as punctuation.
I remember that one night where your toe was bothering you and you're like, excuse me, just one moment. And
Okay. Valentine is going to be joining us soon.
oh, beautiful.
Sweet. Wait, was it the time that like I for some reason I wasn't able to walk or something like that? I think it was
Yeah.
because like I
Yeah.
kept sitting on my foot and I squished it. My long story short, the bones in my foot grow weirdly, so it hurts sometimes.
Oh no.
One day I'll have to break my foot and then realign it. That's how they fix it. But for now, I'm fine. Sorry, that was a little bit dark.
No, it's all cool. Like, thanks for telling me. Jeez. Well, for us, shoot, the
Well,
world.
you don't have to worry about it if you didn't grow up walking on the balls of your feet. As long as you didn't grow up doing that, you're fine.
Yeah.
Nah.
And if you know, you know.
Hmm.
If you just look at your foot and your toes crooked, you know.
Yeah, I've like penguin waddled my entire life. I'm flat-footed. My feet go out at like a 90-degree angle.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
All right.
the
So,
only time I walk straight is when I run.
do we got any other questions coming to mind? I'm pretty sure Blue. I thought Blue would have a question, but now just for how quiet he's been.
Oh.
I think he's
I,
helping
I,
Valentine
well,
with
I
that.
guess my question is, who's your favorite villain in a game?
Ooh. That's a
That is always the hard one.
that's a good question.
I guess I should probably rephrase it. Not favorite as in your, like, one that you liked.
Okay, I think story-wise, I like how they did like Persona 5. Like how everything came back full circle at the end.
Oh my gosh, I definitely didn't see it coming.
Like
A villain for Persona 4 just because I really want to kick his butt after the crap that he pulled.
oh,
I'm not saying the name because it's like major spoilers.
he deserves what he got. And like
He deserves to get body slammed, and it's really funny because oh wait, no, if I say further,
yeah, leave it at that. Leave it
just
at that.
yeah, no, because I was saying if I say further, it'll definitely spoil it. Cause
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Leave it at that.
Yeah, but I really enjoy what's his name? Pink-haired, pain in the butt with flowers. Marluxia, that's the one. Entertaining villain.
Oh yes, Marluxia from Chain of Memories was a good villain.
Yes. Yes. The only reason I don't say Xehanort is because I don't feel comfortable knowing that I wanted to beat up an old man.
What,
Well,
you can't handle that Xehanort controls the entire Kingdom Hearts universe
well,
and is possibly old?
the
I
only
want to destroy him.
the only thing that I had slight issue with Xehanort at the very end of KH3 was kind of like it was like a really tight moment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything prior to that, you're like, I want to beat this man up, and then
Oh, I was so excited to beat him up. Like you have no idea how much I wanted to destroy him.
Yellow's favorite moment came from the trailer where we see Hayner like ready to like kick.
Oh,
And-
it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that because let's face it, beating up Anson is my favorite. No, my favorite was
The way it's
Woody roasting. Oops, you died.
Thank you, Dark Souls.
I knew I might not make it, but
worth it.
It's always worth it right there.
Always.
But yeah, yeah, cause like I enjoy the villains where like their motivation is like it's not as simple as like I want to take over the world. Like it makes genuine sense. Like you could actually see yourself siding with the villain, which is why I really like Magneto
Gosh.
in X-Men because he's a villain that you could see yourself actually agreeing with.
Yeah. I'll be
Magneto,
right back.
Nazi hunter.
And also I really enjoy because I rewatched Three Crimes of Grindelwald, and like after watching that again, like I could see why and how Grindelwald was so dangerous because you can actually see and agree his with his viewpoints with stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And so like when you have a villain that's like that where you can agree with their viewpoints, you know you have a good villain versus I'm going to take over the world because I want to take over the world.
Gosh, yeah, I really just there's so much more relatability, and it's just so much more enjoyable when it's like you can just like look at yourself and be like, yeah, I can see myself being in those shoes of like this person. I really like the villain archetype, um, where I like to call it the one bad day archetype, where it's like they're like this way because of like one event or one day in their life that has like changed everything.
Kind of like Joker and Batman, where the
Mhm.
Batman is literally just one bad day away to become like the Joker.
Yeah.
Pretty much killing joke.
Yes, that is actually. Gosh, that was the best combo segue into who my favorite villain is. Because he's more of an anti-hero, but it is the Red Hood.
Oh, from Batman Arkham Knight.
Well, no, just
Not
Red Hood
Arkham.
in
Well,
general. Just more like Red Hood in
yeah.
general. Don't look at Red Hood from Arkham Knight. Take a look at Red Hood in like the comics,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get a better understanding of what Shadow's coming from.
Because like,
Yeah.
Because I'll let him explain because it is his favorite character.
like honestly, like me just sitting there and like listening to you, I was like, I felt like you were gonna like nail it on the head anyway. But so when it comes to like Red Hood, from a standpoint like other than the Arkham Knight Red Hood is like this character that is fully fixated on tormenting Batman, versus like Red Hood as a character is the sidekick of Batman who was killed by the Joker, who ends up being brought back from the dead by like Ra's al Ghul, who now has to understand like why, like if I meant something to you, is the Joker still alive? Why is he still allowed to kill people? Why do you still refuse to kill?
Because
Like
like honestly, like if you want a good understanding, I feel like it's watch Under the Hood or Under the Red Hood or something like that.
All right.
one of my
Oh,
favorite
oh, I actually
movies.
have seen that movie.
Like that is to me, I think one of the best Batman movies to understand the Red Hood.
Mm-hmm. Like I just really love the idea that like once he was like his greatest ally, and now he like stands opposed to him in views where it's like he genuinely believes that like the only way we can make the situation better for these criminals is by killing.
Hero, I did not just watch you nearly blow yourself up.
I'll just come back. It's an admission, so does it really matter?
Oh my gosh. Goodness sakes, child.
I mean,
Like,
it is the end of the mission. I'll just
like
peel
I
him
would
off of our college
say,
and bring him back to Vuvu.
I would say my least favorite villain, which technically this person's actually in an anime and video game, but um, and the person who played Death Gun in Sword Art Online. Uh,
Oh, the guy from Fatal Bullet story arc.
yeah, yes,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't that Ben Diskin?
I think so.
it's been a while.
Because I think short version is he wanted to get back at Kirito, and that because of laughing coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it. He was one of the PKers from Sword Art. He was like one of the few members of Laughing Coffin that escaped like their like net. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Now I'm gonna get you, Kitty Toe, Kitty in those toes." Kitty Toes just over there. Nah, I got a harem to keep me safe. Definitely a fun villain.
Yeah.
All right, I
Yeah, it
want.
was Ben Diskin, also known as the voice of Haida from Agretzko and the voice of Jack from Beastars. He has voiced at least 3 dog-ish characters. It's becoming a pattern.
Hmm.
Secretly a furry.
I can't believe I left myself on mute while I was laughing.
I I was like, not funny. Okay then.
Sorry, I'm like
No,
quick muting so that I don't get surprised.
All right, I want to hear what Yellow's uh favorite villain is.
I already said at the beginning of the question.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yellow did.
yeah, that's
It
right.
was the one for Persona, and then what was the other one I said?
Oh, right.
Some character from
Or are we talking about like gaming villain or character villain in general?
I think more
I think
in
it was just
general.
character villain.
Well, I did say game
Oh, heck.
villain, but technically character villains can actually be in video games.
Shoot, yeah.
Because it did like.
Was it? It kind of just depends on who it is that I just really want to
Oh
throw
yeah,
hands with.
totally forgot.
Like, do I want to throw hands with them? Yes. Excellent. They are excellent villains. I want to destroy them.
Okay, so quick funny moment. So me, Shadow, and Red Renegade were playing this together when it first came out, and Renegade's like, I call dibs on this one, and Shadow just ninjas it away from Red Renegade
I
at
think
this
that
tank
I
section.
think that video is still on Damien's YouTube thing.
It's great. So I totally forgot that I actually was working on this mission for whatever reason, and then stopped here. Basically, in short, with this mission, we just travel all the way to here, pick up this core, for whatever reason, and now we got all the hive onto us. So then we make an awesome escape onto the tank. Anyways, continue, Yellow.
Entire mission.
The frame rate on the tank turning, like the second tank, was amazing. And by amazing, I mean it gave me throwbacks of some of the older games.
Bungie is a huge fan of Halo tank mechanics. It's like, man, we love our Halo. Oh my
What the
God.
crap?
What the heck?
What just
Sir.
happened? Someone,
Sir,
someone,
Yay!
someone, please,
well, I mean, that's accurate to the Halo tank mechanics.
someone, please explain what happened to my tank and how I just
Uh,
magically fly. Next
Improvised parkour.
Whether we wanted it or not,
thing-
we
we have,
entered war with eating tanks.
whether, whether we liked it or not,
Parkour.
we have
That's
introduced
what you have
flying tanks.
Sir, do you have a permit to fly that tank?
Yes, yes, I do. I am a
Yes.
guardian. I always have
guardian.
I have the permits that I always
Permit
need.
for anything. If it's warfare, we got it. Crazy. That
Honestly,
they
I
reused-
love the aesthetic of this place. We're still on Titan, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
we just did the last
Yeah, I
mission
love
on.
the aesthetic of this place.
We just did the last mission on Titan.
Overtaken
ecology.
by nature.
Better
It's
enjoy
beautiful.
it. Better enjoy it while you can, because come 10 o'clock Eastern, Destiny servers go down for 14 hours.
Yeah. That's it.
You know what? Dang it. I
Alright.
hate it when you give like a favorite character response, Then immediately later, I think of a better response, and I'm like, oh my god.
All right, so Buttered Biscuit said, for me, it's Demon Fiend from SMT Nocturne. If you choose the true demon ending, which seems to be the canon preferred choice.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Tell it to me straight, Vuvu. Oh, okay. See you later, Vuvu.
Wait, who?
Yeah. So Asher Mir calls Zavala Vuvuzela. And ever since like I replayed the campaign with Kayla, I've been calling him Vuvu every time I see him. I'm like, what do you need, Vuvu?
One of my favorite moments of that cutscene is when Savala punches the ground, punches the table, is like, I need my fire team. I need Cade and Ikora. And then that becomes like the thing where it's like, Cade's like, Savala, did you say, and I quote, I need Cade? Was there cheers?
Did you not record it? I wish I did, Kate. I wish I
Alright,
did.
so Butter Biscuit continues on saying, it's weird because you play as a demon fiend through Nocturne, but with how you obtain it, it's like a fall from grace from a human to half demon to full on demon.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yes, fallen character arcs are perfect.
Gosh, negative character. Yeah, there.
Those are good ones. Except for the ones where it's just like a flip of the switch and like seems out of nowhere. It's like, y'all, give us
That's
a
Yeah, the
little bit of
cheap
build up.
ones.
that, that-
Ew.
that's that's like the one thing. That's my biggest complaint from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign from EA was how quickly your character went from for the Empire to screw the Empire in a
Yeah.
single cutscene.
It was always the worst
Yeah.
to me when like a character would be like, this is all I've ever known. And then like they because plot, it's like, oh, I have to change over to the other side. Go the rebellion.
Yeah,
It's like what?
yeah, because basically her whole thing's like, for the Empire, it's like, yeah, they kind of did us dirty, but like, what do you expect from special ops forces and stuff sometimes where like, the Empire has to, like, you have to get ignored. Like, you knew that going in as a special ops and that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm at my home planet. They're about to destroy my home planet. I've been all for the Empire. Then all of a sudden, later.
It's like, man, my home planet was really like the last straw, even though I've been through much worse. Man, kind of makes me sad for the 501st, which are like some of the more prominent clones that eventually became stormtroopers. I was like, man, these guys had to kill their own bosses.
Well, to me, like, the best moment in Clone Wars Season 7, if you guys
Oh,
haven't watched it, I highly encourage you to watch through it.
please do.
Um,
Long hair Anakin, 10 out of 10.
the moment that
Long
like
hair Anakin is best Anakin.
the moment that like struck me the hardest, it's during the orders execute order 66 sequence. Ahsoka feels the disturbance going on, and she goes to Rex. Rex just got the message to execute order 66, and you can just see the pain on his face trying to fight back on not executing it.
Ugh.
And then Ahsoka is sensing what's going on. She's like, "Oh, crap!"
Rex is just over there. I gotta do it, Ahsoka-chan.
And the Rex is like, yeah, and Rex is kind of like, "Good soldiers follow orders," and then like mentions fives, and so Ahsoka's like, "Oh crap!"
My gosh.
Like that whole sequence was like tear jerking, no tears,
Man,
but it was one of those moments where you just like it was tough for Filoni to write because he had to think how would Rex react, how would uh, Ahsoka react, and Ahsoka just like I refuse to kill these men because I have fought side by side with them.
man, just that the entire season is so like nail biting because it's like you see Ahsoka like get the troops. It's like, oh man, we're getting really close to pre-sequel time. Man, Anakin's got like his pre-sequel haircut. I'm getting scared. And then it's like, oh, we have to get back to Coruscant. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
I do
I'm
love the
like, I don't
moment
like
though,
it.
where Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, did you tell Padme hello for me?
I was like, man, Obi-Wan knows.
Obi-Wan knew.
Anakin knows.
I'm betting everyone and their buddies knew, except like nobody told. I'm betting everybody knew. Everybody had to know. They're the
Like,
worst
oh my
secret
gosh.
keepers in the galaxy. Come on.
Well, you know, the Force is a living thing, so maybe the Force was the one that pretty much ran out Anakin.
Like, the thing that also kills me is like all these Jedi's can like see the future when they meditate and such. And you're telling me that like when you were like just like meditating, you didn't like look into the future and see Padme, just like bloop, watermelon. It is like, Padme is close with young Skywalker, is she not?
Don't forget the
I was
shroud.
gonna say something, but then I remembered not to use that.
Yeah.
Well, don't
Yeah,
forget
sorry.
the dark side did shroud a lot of stuff, and so
That's true.
so it is possible that that could have been not revealed because remember, and this is where I take issues with the sequel trilogy is the whole Palpatine was in control of everything.
Yeah, I have. Oh god. So my
That's
issue
what
with, like,
happens when you don't go in with a plan.
oh,
Can't
Oh,
just
yeah.
pants a movie series. Pantsing doesn't work with a movie series. Pantsing only works with novel writing, and even then, you know what pantsers do? They edit.
yeah. What I didn't know is so like the more technical term for it is God. So there's like deep world writing where like you flesh out everything, and then you slowly expose it to your characters. Yeah, or well, to the characters of your story. And then there's like shallow world writing where you like only expose what you have to, like you're just like coming up with it on the fly. And surprisingly, Harry Potter was written that way.
Oh, really?
The writer went from
Pretty
book
much,
to
yeah.
book, like just making the world as she went along, which is why when you like read back, there's no mention of some of like the future aspects of like the series and the previous books, like no one mentions like the banking system in the first book at all because like it wasn't a thing that came around until like I think the second book and the third book.
Yeah,
I
because
think they mentioned it because it got broken into.
well, Hagrid mentions that no one breaks into Gringotts. Like this is the only
Yeah,
ring that hasn't been broken into. But as far as like the
but they
security and
didn't go
how
any like deeper into how it works and like what
the,
they keep.
I think the reason why it kind of works that way is because we were exploring the wizarding world through the eyes of Harry,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
so Harry wouldn't know all the intricate details, and so we had to rely on what the other character was telling us, which was the whole reason for Ron. Ron was
Yeah,
supposed.
Yeah.
Ron is our wizard expert,
exposition engine.
which you have to be mindful with the exposition drops. There's a reason why
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Lord of
yeah.
the Rings worked when it did, but it doesn't work today.
That is something that's like very interesting with like fictional writing now versus then, where most people are like only really interested in like these large massive scale fictional stories now because like just so much like smaller stuff has been done under the sun already that people are like no longer interested in like small stories.
Yeah.
Valentine is still having issues with joining the Discord chat.
I've noted that.
Sending good vibes over to Val's technology. Hopefully it works.
If I knew more about discount, I would discount.
Discount.
I mean, it's not Discord, it's discount.
It's discount.
Just replace the D with the T at the.
Discount. Discount.
Discord.
Is that what you're going for?
I, e, ooh, I must return to
I'm
the
sorry.
warlocks.
I'm sorry. I'm giving you such a hard time.
No, you're all good. It's just I must
It,
return to
it
my library.
it's just hard for him to find words.
Yeah,
Zaki X is currently crashing.
yeah, and so like that's like you know as far as like Harry Potter, at least she had like somewhat of idea. Though to me
Oh yeah,
the series didn't really pick up until like Order of the Phoenix and Half Blood Prince. Like to me that's where it becomes like really focused in and like driven.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Because that's when we started getting like Destiny. Harry started getting more potent and powerful. More interesting things started happening. More world building.
The one
Yeah.
thing though I do like though about the Fantastic Beasts movies is the fact that there's no book material, so you don't have that. Oh, it's nothing like the book or this, and so like it allows the writers to have a little more free reign with what they want to do. Though J.K.'s still involved with the writing with Fantastic Beasts, to me it just allows a little more stuff to happen where like it can show this or that, and we actually get to see what the Wizarding World was like before Voldemort, and like what the world was
Yeah.
like before Grindelwald was trying to like make these changes. And honestly, Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, we were watching it last night. My dad was like, honestly, I know it's Johnny Depp, but I don't see Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah. Dude's a shapeshifter.
Like that's how you know when you have a good actor, is when you can see the character they're portraying and not the actor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the examples of people where I would say, yep, that person definitely has some sort of mythological creature blood in him. In which shapeshifter, dude's a shapeshifter.
Gotta be.
It's
Hello.
it's kind of a sad thing though that Johnny Depp had to kind of resign due to things that came up
That,
recently.
oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, that was a whole mess. It's messed up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So that pushes back the third Fantastic Beasts movie by another year.
Yeah.
Oof, magoo.
Now,
And I don't think he'll be starring in any more. Or well, starring as Captain Jack Sparrow or
No.
any
no,
more of the
not
Pirates of the
not with that just went down.
Yeah, I
To
hate
be
it
fair, I
because he's
kind of
such a
think
great
that
actor.
I think that the Pirates movies probably should have rested after the third movie
After
because
the
it wrapped up nicely. It was nice and chill.
The reason why
It
they
was all
keep
good.
doing it is I didn't know this was a thing. So Pirates of the Caribbean aren't like super popular here in America. So like they're like nichely popular here, but the real market for them is like I think it's like Asia. Apparently
Oh
Pirates of
dang.
the Caribbean is crazy popular in Asia. Because they just really love Johnny Depp's like acting. So I was
He's
like, man,
fantastic.
yeah, he definitely is. So I'm just like curious. I'm like, what are they gonna do? Like, will the series go on like possibly as long as it could have now without him?
I don't think it's gonna work because it's honestly how he played Captain Jack and how he created that character. Because I think originally they wanted to have Hugh Jackman be Captain Jack.
Hugh Jackman, I think, would have been definitely too dark of an actor for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great
Besides,
actor. He does
he likes
deliver
musical
so much
theater
good.
more.
Yeah, he would rather be musical
He keeps
theater.
getting put into action films, and he's just like, I just want to sing. Let me sing. And then he got The Greatest Showman, and he's like, yes, I'm in
That
my element.
and also Les Mis.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah, that's a theater kid.
don't forget about Les Mis. The only thing that makes Les Mis just a little tough to watch through is Russell Crowe's singing voice.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. I managed to skip that entire sequence of him singing solely because I needed to go to the bathroom at a precise moment. I missed that entire
Wow.
sequence and got back missing it completely.
It's like, ah, did I miss that scene I don't enjoy? Ah, what a shame.
Yeah, well that was the day that it came out, like on the like Christmas morning. I like went on like a first it was my first date. Literally.
Aw.
Yeah. It was nice. Nice person. I don't know how they're doing now. I haven't seen them since high school, so
Really easy to like lose touch with like high school buddies.
most of them, yeah. One of them I purposely lost their number because I thought, yeah, they probably don't want to hear from me ever again. I was
Did you
annoying as a kid in high school. Oh my gosh.
did you
You're
ramble about Kingdom Heart lore too much?
No, actually, I kept the Kingdom Hearts lore to a minimum rambling, except with like one of my best friends. But yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Nowadays, I just wait till somebody asks, and then I just go off until I'm like, okay, that's probably more than enough. Nobody understands what I'm saying, sort of thing.
Then there's me.
Huh? Spartan, I think you pulled up to the wrong neighborhood. There's some infighting going on.
Wait, and then there's me. Does that mean that I would never stop talking about Kingdom Hearts, regardless of whether or not you wanted to listen? Is that
No,
is that what I'm
no,
getting?
that's not what I'm implying at. Then there's me who
Oh.
played through the entirety. So, Shadow, just a little background. Remember our friend David, and we did a video with him and Val, um, in Renegade, where he's like, "No, don't bother playing through all the Kingdom Hearts games. Just watch a video how to do it." So this is when me and Yellow first met at college, and like Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out, and I, with our mutual friend Colin, to go. He wanted a game from GameStop, and so I had to be his ride there. So I wrote him there. I'm like, oh look, for like $20, I get the Story So Far edition. Bet, let's go. So I pick it up. I mentioned it to Yell. I was like, so what do you want to do tonight? We can watch a show, or I can play through Kingdom Hearts. And she's like, I'm always down for Kingdom Hearts. Like, okay, but she also gave me this like smile, as like, Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, okay.
And
And
little did he know, the worm can that he had just opened.
To be honest with you, that's like me in Dungeons and Dragons.
no, it gets even better.
Oh
This
gosh.
starts around like a week or two before finals.
Oh my gosh.
We played through
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts and through finals, so I ended up beating Kingdom Hearts first playthrough before finals ended. Then
Yes.
and then I proceed to play through the remaining games: Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 2, Fragmentary Passage, and also 358/2 Recoded and back cover about a week and a half before KH3
Finished
drops.
it before. Yeah. And let me tell you, he did Riku's story in like 7 hours. We literally ordered pizza that day because we were just like, nah, let's finish this. That
Yeah.
was a wild trip, and I
Oh.
only gave him tips whenever he asked. That was it.
And
Sounds
so,
like a fun time.
oh, it was great. So, like, when it comes to talking about Kingdom Hearts lore, like, me and Yellow are pretty much on point with each other with a lot of the stuff.
Yup.
And so when
They
someone
became
asks,
besties friends.
and so like, I love giving up some nations and try to also do like a crap job sometimes on like summing up Kingdom Hearts. I love summing up Kingdom Hearts on basically where's Kairi. Then Kingdom Hearts 2 is where's Riku.
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts finding Kairi. Kingdom Hearts 2 finding Riku.
Chain of Memories, Finding Riku.
Kyrie, Riku.
Oh, then what? Then what is Room Drop Distance?
It's them finally getting tested.
Oh,
Repressed memories get pulled out.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't.
let me let me face my fears.
Oh, speaking of which, I had to ask. So there was a copyright claim on the ending of KH2. It's so
No.
it's so weird. Like you could barely hear it, and then like copyright claim.
Gosh dang YouTube. You
Kingdom
can
Hearts 3 Finding Aqua. Yes.
Yep,
Yes. Yes.
pretty much, yeah.
I really wish. Like David told me all about like the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm like, you know what? They should have just came out and said, "This is the ending of Kingdom Hearts, but the Heart universe has been launched. So from now on, we'll be making Heart universe games instead of Kingdom Hearts. Instead of being like, there'll be more."
This implies that the kingdom part is the Disney part.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know
I
how Disney loves their long-running IPs.
I
I
don't
want to
like
throw
what.
hands with the mouse. Bring it on, Bob Iger. Let's go.
Don't
Oh my
forget,
gosh!
Kingdom
Mano a mano for the control of Disney.
Kingdom Hearts is a children's game, but also the only time where you get to see an anime character body Mickey Mouse, the mascot of
Yes!
Disney.
One of the wild things I'm told is that Disney had like a lot of say in Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's why a lot of the changes
Oh, it
to the original
shows.
script happened.
It shows. It
It shows in
shows.
the worlds where the Disney princesses are involved. It shows a lot.
It
Pixar
Yeah.
was totally like chill.
Pixar
Like
worked
it
with
worked really well. It felt like playing KH1 again with those worlds.
Yeah.
cause with
I.
that Numra and Pixar worked together. Like Numra wanted to use the Pixar worlds, but Pixar's like, all right, here's a couple things. We want to see your character designs, and we also want to hear the story ideas that you have, and they have to be plausible in that in that in that world. And yes, Butter,
Yeah.
Elsa's castle.
Elsa's castle.
Yes, yes,
I'm
Yeah,
and
told that
Frozen.
yes.
like
Frozen was one of the first worlds approved. But I think before Frozen like came out, and Frozen's story drastically changed over time.
Mm-hmm.
And so it changed a lot of things and made a lot of things whack. That's why Hans doesn't have a face or, well, much of a face or even a voice in the game because of that.
And
Yeah.
Larkstein just magically has ice powers all of a sudden.
Yeah, she borrowed Vexen's powers after threatening him to turn him into a lightning sickle,
Goodbye.
and he was not about to get burnt again.
Oh, that's so cool watching this cutscene, actually seeing the pyramid as you approach where the traveler last touched. Oh, the irony in this
it's like
cutscene
this
now.
is where the traveler last touched. Meanwhile, the pyramid's like, you have 3 days.
The
Sucker.
Dorito's like, ah, you have 3 days before I destroy this
You
world.
have 3 days.
You will die in 3 days.
In 3 days, this planet will be on
Oh, my knees.
unterraformed. Doritos win.
Doritos for the
That
win.
reminds me of this hilarious meme somewhere out there where it was like about how people get frustrated. It was like Animal Crossing fans, Minecraft players, and astrophysicists all complaining about the frustrations with terraforming, like being excited about it, but actually terraforming, like crying.
Okay, Shadow, we have to appreciate this moment.
And you know what? I actually can relate to that
I'ma
meme.
fight it. RPG away. Did I hurt it?
Sorry, Coach. You didn't hurt it.
RPG. Kill Ace of Spades. What about that time?
I don't think you touched
Any
it.
damage?
No.
Don't worry. I got a shotgun.
That's stuck.
Just dies immediately.
Shadow.
Do we get him?
No. The shotgun's too short of a range.
I got this. Hold on. It's gonna be a long shot.
Oh my gosh, get a sniper rifle for goodness sakes.
Shadow,
Please.
stop being a redneck from the deep south and going hold my beer. It's not working.
If you're jumping
Oh,
off of
my
cliffs
wrist.
with a shotgun trying to fight a floating pyramid, you might be a redneck.
You know what? You right. I gotta break out the heavy artillery.
And it's just a bigger shotgun.
So we're just. I hate to tell ya, but Whisper ain't gonna touch it. Zol ain't gonna betray the darkness like that, man.
But he said you shall drift.
No, he
Why
ain't
is it
doing that.
drifting?
No, he ain't doing it. Zol's like, not
He needs
today.
to be on a closer cliff.
Come on, Spartan, I gotta go find a closer cliff.
You ain't find a close cliff, coach.
For the traveler.
Should we tell him that that's actually not like this is a game and that it's literally impossible to hit it?
Meanwhile, I just watched Shadow's body fall into the abyss.
For the traveler.
If I could, I'd join. That's what you do when you're free to play. You just kind of watch the other kids have fun.
You ain't
Yeah.
making it. Let's go. We gotta make Mama Ikora feel better about herself.
Alright.
Yeah.
Come on,
I
bud.
know
You
what I
gotta
gotta
make
do.
our Kara feel better.
Let's go build her a Vex portal. That always cheers her up.
I just remembered I should probably stop the southern accent because I'm making poor Hero cringe.
Do you not like my southern accent?
No, you got
Hero?
no Shadow.
No.
It ain't
The
your.
thing
It's
is
hers.
I sound like an absolute backwoods hick, and it drives him crazy every time I do it.
Oh my good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm from Mississippi, down in the South, live in the country. And the thing that I find like, oh my god, like the most irritating is a southern draw. Oh my lord, I hate it. Like so many times, like I've been like, hello there, friend. You look, you're having a good day, and they'll just turn around. How you doing, buddy? And I'm like, oh god, southern draw.
Or,
My weakness.
no, Shadow. It's how you doing, honey? How you doing?
How you doing, sweet pea?
Hey,
And I'll be like,
oh, aren't you just a sweet one? Hello.
You all right there, sweet pea? Come on
Oh.
in. Let's. I baked you a fresh pie, fresh apple pie. We got extra
Oh,
cinnamon
honey,
on it.
I got some
feel like a
gumbo
vampire
right
that's had some
here.
garlic. And I'm
I-
like, oh, you had garlic before I drank your blood.
I got some
Wait,
gumbo
what?
right here. What's
Eat garlic to prevent vampires from eating you, and if you've already been bitten, eat garlic to prevent the full transformation.
Okay,
You
Yeah,
might
you
be a
just have to
night
eat
owl
it.
afterwards and have a bit of extra craving and be anemic, and just take some vitamin D, mate.
Yeah. Just like have the whole garlic
question.
and just rub it on your neck and you'll be safe.
Question. What do you eat to prevent you becoming a werewolf?
Okay.
Hmm.
Seeing as silver is the thing that is a werewolf preventative.
It's only just the bullet.
Silver
No,
choker. Works
you
every
do
time.
not eat the silver bullet.
Well, if we're going by like supernatural logic, just touching the silver is gonna burn you. So silver choker will keep you safe.
Wear some silver swag.
Yeah, wear some silver armor.
Some chains, some like the 90s rappers used to wear.
Yes, but made out of only silver.
Yes.
only silver?
Kills me that there is like a rapper named 2 Chainz. Well, he's still a thing.
There is a rapper named 2 Chainz, mate.
There was a rapper. Yes, I must. A long time ago, there was a rapper named 2 Chainz, and he used to rap about his chains and his watches.
2 Chainz is officially like a supernatural like werewolf hunter. He fights werewolves. That's his secret.
He, by day, he's a rapper with gold chains. By night, he's a rapper with silver chains, hunting werewolves. Yep.
'Cause that's what the cool kids do, right?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello?
I heard like the Discord noise, so I feel
Yeah.
an entity is joining us.
An entity did join, and now entity is not there.
Interesting.
It was like
It
2
seems that
seconds, maybe.
we've made contact with the other side.
We have made first contact.
Should we tell Zavala or should we tell the Drifter?
We're going to tell Drifter's not here yet, bro. Drifter doesn't show up until Forsaken, so we gotta wait a whole another year before we meet Drifter.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. I need my Uncle Drifter now.
Uncle Drifter ain't here yet, bro.
Bruh, Drifter is like the kind of uncle that like lets you get like a shot
Get into
of
so
alcohol
much
early.
stuff.
Yeah, he's
Nah,
like,
he doesn't
"Hey."
just let you get a shot. He gives you the whole bottle and says, "Drink up, son."
He's
Yes.
like, give it a shot.
Drifter be
He's
like,
And then lets you fire a shotgun right afterwards when you're like completely
Yes.
drunk. Thankfully, he's sober, so he makes sure that you don't point the gun in the wrong direction.
Drifter.
is like the uncle that's like a trucker who's like always going from town to town. He never visits long because he's like kind of the black sheep of the family.
Oh,
he's-
that's even more accurate.
Well, yo,
'Cause, like
Oh, rapper Belmont.
for Belmont.
2 Chainz is a Belmont, confirmed.
Oh my god. I didn't know it, but I needed it all along.
It's beautiful. I love chat.
Chat is the best.
Oh my goodness, that's
Just
beautiful.
you're all right in my book.
I like the Taken's aesthetic, but that teleporting thing, when I'm trying to snipe them from like 10 feet, not fun. It's extremely rude. Stop moving. Let me kill you.
So my issue with the Taken is like I love the Taken, but it always dawns on me like how OP the Taken are. Because what stops them from just like pooping into the tower and just being like, "Hello, Guardians."
They
finally
fear
decided to
Zavala's
shout you
wrath.
out.
Zavala must have at least gone on a solo mission, wrecked their crap, and been like, if you ever come near the tower, I will come for your children, I will come for your spawning places, and I will destroy your civilization completely.
I think
They
we
haven't forgotten Zavala's genocide phase.
Genocide, Zavala.
His
I-
genocide phase.
Taking out their command.
Ooh.
Zavala, put down the shotgun.
It's not a phase, Guardian. It's the way I am.
It's genocide on a scale. They seem to be surviving down here, Zavala. Survival is a temporary condition. They can-
Okay, honestly, I love the guy who voices Zavala because like he's a really chill dude, and he's also like a big fan of Destiny. Like when he's not voice recording, he's playing Destiny.
That's
Like,
beautiful.
Honestly, like if you follow him on Twitter, he's like, I got some good news today. And it's like him playing Destiny, or it's like, I got more lines coming, and he's got his setup and everything else. Like, I love. He's awesome.
He's great.
I was trying to look up the voice actor for Zavala, and I got distracted by the news reels, and one of them is Russian scientists discover huge walrus hollow in Arctic Circle. And it's just a picture of walruses in the giantest cuddle puddle you would ever see,
This
where they're all
is
just
the beginning
chilling together.
of the walrus uprising.
So it's Lance Reddick.
Yep, that's the one. Oh my gosh. I'm just glad I didn't
Did you
slam my head into the
sneeze?
cabinet. Yes.
Roses are red.
bless
The
you.
Taken is back. Savella got an extra ammo rack. Yes.
Yep.
I'm taking ammo back. Yeah.
So,
the Guardians don't
that's
know
cool.
how to act.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna be in Godzilla vs Kong.
Whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into war
Nice.
with Godzilla.
I was wondering when that movie was going to come out.
He also voiced Lunaris in DuckTales in 2019. He was also in the movie Angel Has Fallen. He was Sharon in John Wick Chapter 3.
Oh, I've seen that movie.
Oh well, I haven't seen John Wick Chapter 3.
I have.
And then he also
It was really
voices
good.
Slines from Horizon Zero Dawn, and he's also in Forbidden West. He
Yeah, they
also,
have like a full face capture for him in Horizon Zero Dawn.
oh yeah, when I saw him, like, it's Zavala.
I'm like, Vuvu, that you? Every post-apocalyptic sci-fi game, I find Zavala.
Oh yeah.
He may not be
And
blue.
then, okay, how many of you guys seen White House Down? He's General
Um,
White House fell
Caulfield.
down.
General Caulfield in White House Down.
I seen the movie. Do you mean Olympus Has Fallen?
No. And then he was also in Fringe as Philip.
I just read the poem. Roses are red, the Taken are black. Zavala got an extra ammo rack.
The Taken is back. Zavala's got an extra ammo rack.
Apparently, he was the captain, whoever that was, in Castlevania. I have no idea who the captain is off the top of my head.
Oh,
Probably
wait, hold up. I
just like-
thought I recognized his voice. Is it season 2?
Probably.
Can
I
you
need
talk
to
about how Isaac is best boy in Castlevania?
I need to finish up season 2, but honestly,
Isaac needs some therapy, man.
Okay.
Like, he needs serious therapy.
Same thing with Hector.
Nah, he's all good.
He's all good.
Hector.
Same to go for Shadow. He might need therapy as well.
Yeah, we should go together, me and Isaac.
Oh my gosh.
Isaac, I'm just going to, injure myself because of my
just
sins.
gonna give myself a good flailing. Ah. Play.
Sorry, I'm laughing only because it started going into it. You just reminded me of the witch doctor. You know.
Feel free to laugh.
All right. Do we got another question on deck?
About the shank gang.
I can't think of any questions. Yellow.
What's your favorite color?
Well, that's obvious. Blue.
It'll surprise
He's
y'all, but I
blue.
actually am very partial to purple. I have a lot of purple in my life. You would not believe the walls of my homeroom are purple.
Wait,
Bed
so
sheets, purple.
you're not as yellow thing. I would have thought that your color was yellow.
So, fun fact about Yellowfang, this is gonna expose me so bad. Once upon a time, there was a
Okay.
book series named Warriors.
I have no idea.
I have no idea as well. I thought you was about
Angsty
to.
old cat named
Oh.
Yellowfang. And I like that character. And the number 42 was a Hitchhiker's reference despite having never read the book.
I have never read nor
That
seen
is
the
a sin
movie.
now.
Yeah, never seen it, but so many people reference it.
I
Hmm.
barely remember the movie. It was like a fever dream to me. It's like that first time I watched Mean Girls. It was kind of a fever dream, and the only thing I could remember was not even like accurate to what the movie actually goes.
Besides video games, I cannot remember movies scene for scene.
I remember Kung Fu Panda.
I was about to mention that Yellow can play mentally in her head the entirety of Kung Fu Panda.
I
Everybody
used to be
does.
able to. It's not as strong anymore, but I literally mentally watched the entirety of Kung Fu Panda on a plane.
And not to mention, she can listen to the soundtrack and tell you exactly what's happening with the music.
Same with Tron. Same with Tron Legacy. It's very distinctive. I only watched Tron Legacy like a few times, and I know exactly what part we lose Jeff Bridges, and it hurts my soul.
So, for me to answer that question, one of my colors, it's actually more along the lines with red. It's more like those deeper red colors that I like.
I did not know you liked my brother that way.
Bro, get your mind out of the gutter.
He has a whole wife and cat. Wait, hold on. do 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 do. Oh.
Okay, so your favorite color
Were
is...
you trying to do Careless Whisper?
Maybe I was.
Beautiful.
Okay, so Hero's hair color is the color red.
No, it's not just any red. It's the darker shades of the red. I can't exactly tell you what exactly, but it's more the darker. It's not exactly maroon.
The crimson's more of a purple. It's more like a I would say maroon. Maybe
It would.
like
It's more towards the maroon. It's not a crimson. I don't talk about crimson for various
Is
reasons.
it like
crimson's more of like a purpley red.
is it like a blood red?
It has more blue in the red.
Well, that's actually an interesting thing.
Closer to like the blood reds, yeah. Because if I show you my character real quick, you'll get an idea of kind of like what type of red that I'm after. So if you see that, that's kind of like the red that I like. Because I like the darker tone of things. Not because I'm dark or edgy. No, it's just... it's just what I like.
Well, I guess for me, I like the... Well, to be in depth, like what kind of shade of blue I like, it's pretty much sky blue.
Ooh. Nice.
And then again, now I actually kind of like every single shade of blue, like from sky blue to midnight blue.
They do have a
Cerulean.
midnight blue
Yes.
shader, I believe, in Destiny.
They
There's a
do.
couple.
At least a couple.
They're not my favorites.
No, and a lot of it too.
I like grabbing the pink shaders. I like using pink in Destiny, but it's very rare to pick up. My hunter is the only one that's picked it up so far.
Well, you can, if you
that's
go,
like me and Monster Hunter.
You can
I like to
share
wear
them
pink.
shaders
yeah,
between
if you go to collection,
Yeah, I just remembered that.
collections, and then it's under flares.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody didn't pick up what I said.
Now, on that note about the pinks, I'm not afraid to wear some pink or anything like that.
Pink is fabulous.
Yeah.
It's too bright.
Pink
For
is a
me,
magical
honestly.
color. Pink is a magical
Pink
color.
goes good with blue.
Yeah.
Like I'll
Like-
rock a purple, but I just really like darker shades.
Ooh.
God, so you like hot pink.
Yes, he loves the hot pink. It's the best hot pink of all hot
Like-
pinks.
How do you feel about Barbie pink? It's a very specific shade.
Oh. Well, when you bring up Barbie pink, I've never seen it, so.
If you look at the logo of Barbie pink, that's literally what the color Barbie pink is.
Yeah. And also, I'm totally wrong. Like, I think it's actually really a
it's a-
brighter shade of pink. Like, not brighter as in like very light. Bright as in like it's deep.
Yeah, it's very saturated.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful shade of pink.
Right down this elevator shaft, Hero.
Parkour.
My legs.
Okay. I'm gonna say a random word, and you have to think the first thing that comes to your mind. Garden.
What?
Garden it.
You said garden?
Garden. Grows.
I said garden it.
I have no idea.
What's
I
a
have no idea
garden?
as well.
Well, I said say the first thing that comes to your mind. So, what do you think it means?
Dirt.
Garden.
Like the good stuff.
Oh, not
Okay.
a cup of
You know,
dirt.
where it's like kind of cakey, but like you can just squish it in your hand and it falls out. That kind of dirt.
Is is the transition of one color to another color.
Interesting.
Wait. Do you mean gradient?
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Do.
Oh no! He's been exposed! Everyone run!
Everyone run.
And it's going to show that Yellow's just Spartan.
Quickly, Spartan, we have to throw ourselves into the drill. Ah.
Okay. Don't
Shadow.
feel bad about it because I used to mispronounce techniques just based on reading it. And I
Sure.
know that you've learned that
Sorry,
word
I threw
now
myself
by
into the
reading it. Do
Yeah.
not throw your...
I hate to burst your bubble, Shadow, but I ain't Spartan.
I'm so sorry.
Have you forgotten who I am? Do I need to remind you who I
No.
am?
No, I have not forgotten who you are.
Then who am I?
Slayer of all things.
24601.
Ah, no, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Were you trying to get into where Rasputin is at? Because you failed. You had to turn off the drill. I thought you knew this.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could kill myself on the drill.
The answer is always yes. Okay, so Shadow, do you want to give the backstory of why you called me Slayer of all things, which includes you?
Ah, yes. A long time ago, we gave Hero a name. Because Hero is a very capable slayer of things. His nickname is, he is the slayer of all things, including me. Because, I'm trying to remember exactly why. I just know that that's your name in my phone. That it's like your first name. And then I told, I was gonna say Alexa, Siri, specifically, to call you by your nickname, Hero, the slayer of all things, that includes you and me. So when we used to like talk and call often, Siri, like, it's happened a couple of times in my car when I've had people in my car, and Siri would just be like, "You're getting a call from Hero, the slayer of all things, including me." And like my friends would be like, "¿Qué pasa?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's just my friend Ryan. No worries."
Which
He's
by
cool,
the
dude.
Iconic.
by the way, as far as everyone that we game with, it's only me and Spartan Scream that goes by our gamer tag. Everyone else goes by their real name, except for me and Spartan.
Yeah.
I've come to hate my gamer name.
Shadow, you can change it.
Yes, it's just like there's so many things that can go wrong with changing your name on PlayStation.
Like
And
someone
I
has
don't
already
know
taken
if
the
they
name.
fixed it. Yeah. So what happens is because how PlayStation works with names, they give you a numerical value when they first assign you your name. So when you change your name, they have a chance of altering your numerical value, which may affect some of your save files on like online games.
Yeah.
So my big fear is like losing something.
Ooh, that's a program problem.
Yeah.
That's also a sin. Why didn't I turn off the oven?
That's a good question. So
Because
also, like we were running. So me and Shadow, we met. We so the games that we played a lot of was Dark Souls 3 and Destiny, and so I basically came across and was able to get a lot of like the kills. And so when it came to like Destiny, I was like the guy that was able to do a lot of things, and I'm also one of those like really good team players, as noted in our raid layer, where I was able to pick up some of the slack. And so I was managed to get a lot of different kills and came in clutch a couple different times. So we kind of joke about how I'm the slayer of all things, and Shadow's like, but not me. I was like, no, that also includes you.
I was like, but not me. And he's like, no, it also includes you. So eventually, I gave in. And I was like, Hero, the slayer of all things, including me.
It was one of those moments where, yeah.
And here I thought it involved you accidentally blowing Shadow up.
Um,
I mean, I do plenty of Yeah, I take myself out plenty, plenty.
Well, yeah, you take yourself out, but also your team as well.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dakota. My team
Don't you
is
dare think
always healthy.
I never forgot like what happened in Borderlands.
Remember,
Dakota,
remember what
that
happens in Borderlands.
that's a different game, Dakota. It's not Destiny. I
He
Is
has
take
this
it
nothing.
away.
what happens on Pandora stays on Pandora?
You know it, Yellowfang. That's a horse.
We're getting to one of my favorite moments in the Red War campaign.
Does anyone want a hug?
I skipped that cutscene, but yes. And also, Colonel. Can't forget Colonel.
The Colonel.
His chicken.
Man.
Did you know that when Kate died, he gave Colonel to Hawthorne?
The chicken is canon, guys.
Everyone was joking how Colonel was going to become the next Hunter Vanguard.
Can you imagine, Zaval's like, gather the Vanguard. We have an important meeting. Ikora walks in, and there's like, okay.
And somehow everybody just acts like they understand what the heck Colonel's saying.
Yes.
Ikora walks in with Colonel.
Ikora, Colonel. The triangles have entered the system.
You want to know what's kind of sad?
They're not triangles. They're Doritos.
There's Doritos. Okay, I love the fact
The
that
Doritos
Yellow laughed about that.
What?
When I mentioned earlier what we found on the moon. Hey, look, a Dorito.
Moon's haunted.
NASA, what? Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
Yeah. I mean, it has been bathed in the blood of a many Guardians. Oof magoof. The thing that killed me the most was the Vanguard was like, yeah, okay, we'll sponsor the Guardian showing up on the moon and genociding live. Yeah, we're totally about it. Then Shaxx busts into the war room and he's like, what? What? You're going to the moon? This is a terrible idea.
Well, what's interesting though, Zavala after the battle, I think of either Twilight Gap or Six Fronts, he's like, we need to train these new Guardians. If not, we're going to lose. And thus, the Crucible was created.
Ah, the Crucible.
So
the
I guess
best place for Guardians to die.
So, Shadow, what's one of your favorite Crucible maps? It can also include D1.
Poof. Hooey. I think the map that is the most iconic for me, Crucible wise, would be it's a map that was on Nessus. And back when we didn't know it was Nessus, when we had it in D1. And I think it's the Infinite Shores.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that map has I don't talk about it much, but every time I play on that map, it just kind of reminds me of me playing Crucible in Destiny 1 and being horribly afraid of other players and being okay, I'm here. I'm only here to complete this quest banner. I just have to kill another Guardian.
Me, I think it's Bannerfall.
Bannerfall is a pretty. Oh gosh, I just love the kind of arcade feeling of Bannerfall.
Well,
Where,
I love it because it's one of the few maps that's actually in the tower area. And then not to mention also the other one that I like was the D2 map that they showed us in the beta.
I forget sometimes we can summon our spell.
Was the last city.
It's it's always nice to get to see more of the city. I wonder if at any point are they going to make the section of the city from Scourge of the Past a PvP arena.
I mean, they could if they wanted to. Nothing's saying that they can't. But I don't know if they're going to. We're facing the wrong door.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, I've recharged this grenade twice. Sir, no. We are guardians, sir.
Yay.
Sir, could you please back away?
Take me with you.
Meanwhile, in real life, I'm being surrounded by cats.
Yeah.
Wait, cats?
Yeah, my sister owns 5 cats.
You got
Powerful.
this here.
Okay, so this mission sequence was one of my favorites because it's like, once again, Bungie kind of going back to their Halo roots. So like, here's a tank mission.
It's not required to drive the tank, is it?
You don't have to drive the tank, but it makes getting through this area a lot easier. Though you do have to get out of the tank to progress some of the story parts.
That's why I'm here. So I can get out of the tank and hit the switches, and Hero can stay in the tank and genocide anything that moves. Beautiful
Nice.
dynamic.
I'm just thinking about that in case I ever decide to finish a war campaign.
I would recommend you hurry because this is like 3 days left of
Yeah.
Red War campaign.
Yeah.
Ooh. You saved my bacon. They were about to eat my toaster strudels.
I really appreciate though how Bungie does a good job between alternating between like first and third person with certain things. Oh,
No.
Also-
the interceptor.
change of slight topic. Get this with what you can do with the PS5. You can actually, in the settings aspect of it, you can actually decide which difficulty of gameplay you want to have loaded in by default.
I got hit by the interceptor and immediately died. I'm
Rip.
Wow, that is. Gosh, I love that. Honest. I could just set it to destroy my life constantly, and I'll automatically set it to destroy his life.
Yeah, you can have it set it on the hardest difficulty, and so you can
Your
load in.
PS5 hacks just full of people hacking of other PS5 systems just to make their lives terrible.
Now they've also
Yeah,
talked
tempted.
about with the controller with the DualSense. So depending on how heavy the haptic feedback is in the game, it will drain your battery. Also, question time. Favorite battle theme in games? Mainly RPGs, but any will do. Okay, mine.
Interesting. This,
Mine. This one's right off the top of my head. I did it recently. Final Fantasy 14. The puppet bunker, Weight of the World. Didn't realize how much I needed that with the Final Fantasy music intertwined. Phenomenal piece. And Weight of the World, for those who don't know, is one of the songs that is in Nier Automata. And so it's a Nier Automata Final Fantasy crossover where you do and you fight some of the bosses from Nier Automata. It is phenomenal. It's an alliance raid that you do. It is gorgeous to listen to that.
That is wild. Okay, I just opened the door.
I'm just thinking about how like RPG games, what we classify as RPG.
That is like.
Do you level up? Yes.
Yeah.
Then RPG.
So-
So like that would include Kingdom Hearts. That would include Knights of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Diablo.
What about Monster Hunters?
Monster Hunter.
Can you like?
Well, you rank up when you do some of the story.
Yeah,
It's
just,
a
like,
it's
different from a very traditional.
yeah, it's not your
RPG
traditional
because
RPG.
You don't level up physically. You level
Okay.
up your equipment.
Yeah, because a lot of the RPGs indicates levels and stat changing and that. Dark Souls would also be classified as an RPG. Granted, it's more of an action RPG, but it would be classified as
But
an
you-
RPG.
Like, you
Mhm.
keep making these things more difficult. I always have an answer, and then I'm concrete on my answer. And someone says something, and I'm like, oh yeah, that exists.
Well,
So
I would have,
I've done a lot of looking at with the various
I would have to say Skyrim, the Dragonborn song.
Nice.
Good choice.
Because that's the only one I could think off the top of my head that is an RPG game.
The one I can think of, it's called The Deep End. It's in the first Cage game. It's one. I think it's the one that plays when you're fighting. Yeah, it's the one that plays when you're fighting Dragon Maleficent.
Oh, that's a good song. I also
Yeah.
I do like a lot of the Persona 5 battle music.
Ooh, yes.
Specifically, um, River in the Desert.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
That one is phenomenal. And then, crap. Give me a sec. I'm hearing the song.
Trying to think. Are you
Is it
talking
the
about
one
Last
that
Surprise?
everybody?
It's crap. It's one of the first
Okay, I
battle
found
themes that you actually hear.
I'm trying to think.
Sing it to us.
Can't. Uh, Hold up, I can find it real quick. I saved up my Spotify playlist.
Oh wait, you can't play the song on Spotify. You literally have to sing it.
You literally have to sing it. We will get copyrighted.
Last Surprise.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that got memed all over the place up the wazoo.
Yeah, didn't
where,
see it
like,
coming.
would...
You didn't see
Yep.
it coming. That my eyes are that my mind is too fast for eyes.
You know
Too
what?
fast for eyes. Done.
If only Devil May Cry
you'll
wasn't
see.
like a hack and slash.
Well, see, Kingdom Hearts, you could say it's a hack and slash, but it's also Final Fantasy 7. Okay, you're talking about original 7 or remake 7 Airbuster battle music.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Those Who Fight Further is great. Oh man. Yeah. I think my favorite would be from Final Fantasy VII's remake.
And then he
Well,
also likes Persona's 3 Battle for Everyone's Souls.
good choice. Good choice. Ah,
I need to go beyond my weeb stuff to know more games.
Same.
I think my favorite would be Hollow from Final Fantasy VII's remake.
Trying to remember if that was actually a battle music or is what played like
Oh right,
at the
my
end.
bad. Battle music. Yeah. So if it's battle music, So I definitely go with Gianova from the original.
Okay, I also like 7's remake of it as well. Like,
Yes,
okay.
7's remake is like so like poppy compared to like the original. It
Okay,
really caught me off
I'm
guard.
also a big sucker for One Wing Angel. Yellow can attest to that.
Oh
my
my gosh. It's so unsettling when you like hear it for the first time.
Oh, I will. I did it intentionally in Cage too. Started the Sephiroth hidden boss fight just to have that music play. I intentionally turned up the music on the stream just to hear that few seconds of it. Totally
And
worth
then he
it.
got his butt kicked like within the first 5 seconds.
Of
Totally,
course, it's Sephiroth. He's
totally
like,
worth
with my
it.
ridiculously long.
Yeah. It's just there's some people who are bonkers who manage to beat up Sephiroth on level 1 on crit, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, oh my god, if you want to see people who are just like ridiculous, go online and look up people who have done the final boss fight for Devil May Cry 5 on the hardest difficulty with like no damage. with like the highest scores in the game, and it's like crazy because like they do the entire fight, they take no damage and taunt the boss throughout the entire fight.
Oh my god.
You should also take a
Those
look at like
people are not human, I'm
Dark's.
calling it
You should
now.
also take a look at like Dark Souls speedruns because those are almost flawless as well.
Yes, I saw a YouTuber who did an entire no damage run. I just got Queen Breaker from a normal enemy.
Nice.
These dang cabals dropping good loot. Like this is the second time since like I've
One
come
second.
back from my hiatus.
You don't
Yeah,
need to
so-
go dark. That's enough. That's what Butter Biscuit said.
Give it to the dark, that's enough. Give it to the dark. Oh, that didn't make it. Alright, come here. Come here, big man. Shotgun time. Oh, I forgot you're supposed to use the tank for this part. Hero, you're always old.
Sorry, my tank went boom.
You're doing it. Hero, you're grounding the carrier.
Give me a moment, and I will ground it.
Alright, don't worry. Got the most powerful vehicle in the game to help you out. The nerfed Interceptor. Hello.
This platform looks very toasty.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. This might be a very hard question because y'all guys might have to literally think way back. What's your favorite video game? Like, what's your favorite video game highlight that you ever done in a video game?
Okay, honestly, I enjoyed the N64 Ganon's final fight in Legend of Zelda. Like, there was something satisfying when you fight him as Ganondorf, where you literally play like tennis with him back and forth in that final fight. That was so satisfying to go through and do. And then when you finally finish that fight and then you finally fight Ganon and you complete it, there's something satisfying about watching Zelda just basically like Kamehameha Ganon in the face and then walk him away. Like, as a kid, playing through that and doing that was awesome.
I imagine.
And then another one is DK64 beating K. Rool for the first time after many attempts is so satisfying. Because it's a boxing match and you have to use every single Kong. And your health doesn't regen. Like, you have like your 2 or 3 melons. And then you have to be smart to be able to get through it all the way through. Like, N64 games were no joke when it came to like your lives and everything else like that.
Yeah, I remember like the old like Mario game. Then like when I was younger, I just like could not beat it for the life of me.
I still can't beat the Super Mario games.
Yeah, like man, but now I realize that like just like when I was younger, I had the attention span of a squirrel. Still kind of do. So I was like, I don't think younger me had like any chance at all to say. Like, yeah, no.
I would say my favorite highlight moment is Naruto Shippuden. The fight between Naruto and Sasuke, like in the video game.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Ninja Storm 4, that fight was awesome to fight through. especially where I was like caught up with the manga and all that stuff. Oh, it was so fun to like see like play that out.
Yes, to see like the Power Ranger mecha super culminating battle of Naruto and Sasuke at the very end, where they kept pulling like ultimate technique after ultimate technique on each other.
Well,
and
that
I'm
was
like,
basically like what it felt like when I was like fighting Sasuke. Like we just kept clashing. It was just like huge waves of attacks.
But one thing
yeah,
that
I was
I enjoy though, like going back and watching that fight in particular, is like when they run out of chakra and it's just them punching each other at the end. Like you get
I
so much story from that.
it was like just wild to watch. It's like, man, I don't have any more like moves to throw at this man. He doesn't have any more moves to throw at me, but we still slugging up in here.
That's how you know it's on site. I missed the entire question because the dogs decided to emit their battle cry at the
Uh,
exact moment you asked the question.
oh, what was your favorite video game highlight?
Ah.
I have an idea which what it may be.
It's a hard choice. If it's the one you're thinking, yes, yes, it's probably the one you're thinking. It's the one where Woody roasts the heck out of young Xehanort. Like, my guess is no one's ever loved you. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Like, yes.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
Just
he's like,
imagine. Right,
no,
you go think about it.
nobody loves you. You don't have any friends.
do do. And
Like,
Xehanort just like sits there. Oh, we have to leap up in the system.
and then there's the one scene where Soli just throws Vanitas through multiple doors. It's beautiful. It's just great to watch Pixar characters just physically throw hands with other Disney characters or villains. It's just beautiful.
Mm. Now we're back down to wait.
Well, as I was thinking, as far as gameplay wise, was you beating KH1 for the very first time,
Oh
and
gosh,
the like.
that's a very particular experience. I still have this. I still have the screen recording of the whole thing,
Oh yeah.
down to the taking a breather and kind of being like, "Oh my gosh."
So like Yellow, honestly, like if you can be in the same room with her, she will help you through the boss fights and remind you to heal and everything. Like she'll play coach for you.
That's because Hero forgets to heal himself a lot. He just Gryffindors his way through things.
Yay, Gryffindor!
Which, honestly, not
Protagonist for
surprising,
life.
because he is Gryffindor.
Hmm.
Gryffindor
He's not
child.
alone. I am also a Gryffindor. Young cute. Slayer of all things, including.
Well, I'm a Gryffindor surrounded by a bunch of Slytherins.
Well, like okay, in particular,
Wait, what?
Well,
So
most of my
it's
family, like, we took a Harry Potter quiz. Everyone in my family was Slytherin, but when I took the quiz, it said Gryffindor. I was like, oh no.
So, Sirius Black, anyone?
definitely Sirius Black.
Most
Except
definitely.
without the... and I'm just assuming without the disaster of a family.
Well, from what I can tell between how him and Red interact, no, it's not that
No, it's not
disastrous.
that.
Yeah, those two are thick as thieves.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, I'm like the overprotective brother. Damien is like the... Well, I guess he is kind of like the same. Like, we both have each other's backs.
Yeah, thick as thieves. Two thieves. Being thick, but also being thieves.
So like,
I have a funny story about the whole Pottermore quiz thing. Funny story about the Pottermore quiz. So we decided to take it on, whose birthday was it? I think it was mine. My best friend was so sweet to me. Best person ever. She's the one who got me my first copy of a KH game. Anyway, we all had a party at her house. We made like recipes and tried to make sea salt ice cream.
Ooh.
It didn't work, but it was great. Anyway, we decided to all like take the house quiz because like one of them we knew was a Slytherin, the other we knew was Hufflepuff. And so my best friend, she takes it, Gryffindor. My frenemy, and there's like a whole history behind that. I could go through a whole saga with that. She takes it, Gryffindor. We're all kind of like surprised, and then me, being the fool that I am, jokingly says, "Hey, what if I was sorted into Slytherin?" And guess what I got?
Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Yes.
I had to keep my mouth shut because I was aware of the house that she was in.
Yeah.
And Buttered said, without any spoilers, the final battle and ending of Persona 3 and beating the Dark Infernal on critical.
Ooh.
Wow.
Those are both pretty intense.
Yeah.
Intense indeed. Gosh, I'm trying to think.
Now,
what?
one of my other favorite moments recently is definitely the ending of Persona 5. When you get that Ultima Persona, basically, and you have to use the persona to get the final shot in. It's just beautiful. And the reason why I love that the reason why I love that so much is because there's this YouTuber or streamer. He decided to do this video. He's like, "Can you play through the entirety of Persona 5 without using a persona?" The answer is, without being forced to, you can, but it's very long and very tough.
Oh God.
And then the same guy also grinded out Arsene all the way to level 99. And also tried to use Arsene throughout the... Oh yes, the total RNG as well, yes. And tried to use Arsene throughout for the entire game. Let's just say that is a struggle. I respect the streamer.
Yeah. It's like the guy who was like, I'm gonna see if I can make it through all of Skyrim using only a fork.
Oh my god.
It's almost going through all of Dark Souls with a broken straight sword.
You know, I can't do that.
I think Aaron did it. Oh, God.
No, he's the one that starts out as deprived or waste of skin
Yes.
and blows you guys out of the water. It makes you guys salty like no other business.
Oh, well.
Did I tell you that I quit on Bloodborne because of him?
He told me that you quit Bloodborne because of that.
I did. Oh my God. I came back to it and finished it later. Oh,
I would like to know the story.
Okay,
Oh.
so basically, right, just like, oh, waste of skin. It's really hard to start out as that class. Bet. Picks waste of skin. Proceeds to make it to, what was it, the Cleric Beast or the other?
Yes. So
makes it to the. Actually, hold up, he's right here. I can actually have him tell the story.
Okay.
So there I was, in Bloodborne. Plague. Waste of skin. And how Bloodborne works is you can't level up until you practically meet the first boss. And most people jump to the Cleric Beast so they can level up. Well, I meet Cleric Beast. I think I died once or twice. I come back on to number 3 and killed it. Then proceeded throughout my rest of the gameplay just slowly start to breeze through the game, while friend Shadow here and one of the other friends who's been playing Bloodborne just was struggling with the fight. Like, oh, that fight, I killed it on first try. You're like, but how? You picked the waste of skin, the worst starting class there is. Like, I walked up, it died, I kept on going. So on and so forth. Yeah. That was...
eventually accepted. God, the part that broke me was Bloodguard Amelia. I think it was Bloodguard Amelia? No, it was the Bloodstar Beast. Because we both reached it. around the same time. Well, I
Yes.
reached it first, and I went in a couple of times, and like I had no luck. Aaron goes in first 2 times, has trouble, clears it his third time, keeps moving along.
You're like, I was like, I just did this. That doesn't work. It did for me.
Yeah, he told me his entire strategy and everything, and I went in with it. I got her low on health, but did not kill her, and didn't have the resources to do it again. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Ouch.
I am infuriated.
RNG favored me. And that's why I'm looking forward for Demon Souls.
Now, at this point in my life, after playing through Sekiro, because what ended up happening is that
Sekiro
my
was
friend,
fun.
oh, I love Sekiro. My friend Mason bought Sekiro on his computer and could not beat it. He got to Genichiro, and I was like the furthest he could get. He just could not beat like late stage Genichiro. I
I
was like, let
need
me see
to
it.
beat Owl the second time to
Gosh
finish
dang it,
my
owl.
to finish that ending. I just haven't done it because that's actually arguably one of the most hardest boss fights. It's that owl fight.
Yep, it's pretty bad. I think the worst is Lord Ishin at the end of the game.
That took me a good, I think, 15 minutes to beat.
Like my friend Mason was watching me when I got to Lord Ishin, and I was like, ah, Mason. And they're like, this is where it all ends. You know how it took me like a good 20 attempts on like the Raging Beast guy? And I was like, uh-huh. It's like, well, we ain't making it past this man.
Oh, you're talking about the fire demon? That thing was fun to fight. In fact, like, oh,
I had,
you're like, you use a Sekiro fighting style. No, this is Dark Souls.
yeah, when I got to him, I was like, I'm glad I have this Iron Fortress. Otherwise, I'd be dead several times over. This man. There's like some of the attacks I'm like, I can't even dodge this. It's like, if I'm not blocking with Iron Fortress, I'm dead.
Yeah, and so like that fight in particular, that demon fight is arguably probably the toughest fight in Sekiro because you get used to Sekiro's combat style, and then all of a sudden, nope, you gotta move quick and fast. No, you gotta play it slow and play it like Dark Souls, going against everything the game has taught you.
Yeah, it's like crazy because Sekiro is like so it emphasizes using your enemy's weak points to like knock them off guard, and then like getting in your key damage while they're like off guard, and then finishing them off quickly in like a fair fight-ish.
Yeah.
But then like when it came to like I'm trying to think what was the name of the beast, like the Raging Beast, it was like
The
there's
idol
nothing
or
to knock
something
them
like
off
that.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like there is nothing you can do. You just have to fight.
Oh, real quick in the comments. Butter's favorite game is Persona 5. Spartan said that his out of 3, 4, and 5, 3 has the best story, but 5 has the best music.
5 does have some amazing music. Like gosh, I'm trying to think of the name of the song that plays for primarily most of Sainijima's dungeon.
I thought it was Rivers in the Desert that played a lot.
No, or well, it's the wheel one.
Oh,
It's like,
hers.
so
Okay.
like, why don't we spin the wheel, see where something goes? Given to temptation.
Maybe that one.
Oh, it was Wheels of Fortune.
Wheels of Fortune. Yeah, yeah, like there's just like gaming just has a lot of cool moments and stuff like that. A lot of awesome, like, whether it's gameplay mechanics or whether it's that, because like my friend Spartan Scream and I were on Destiny last night, and short version, he missed Destiny's gunplay. He didn't realize like how good it is. Well, no, he knew how good it is. He just didn't realize how much he missed it and like how easy it is to pick that back up.
It's so different from like other shooters I've played.
Like the guns are not every gun, but most of the guns are stable. You can pick up any gun and use it very well.
It's like one of the things that has been killing me lately is that I've been doing the Thorn quest, where you have to get hand cannon kills in the Crucible, and like something like I never really realized or like never gave too much thought about with like the hand cannons is like how satisfying it is to kill someone with it and then to reload.
My only issue with hand cannons is actually the reload speed.
Yeah, some of them are the worst. Where it's like you open the gun, it's like, give me 20 seconds.
I need to get
Okay,
better at
I'm
hand
ready.
cannons. I keep getting them they keep dropping on me, and I'm like, I don't use hand cannons. I use an auto rifle to slap things, and then a sniper to slap things harder.
All
They're
right,
actually about to nerf assault rifles in the next sandbox.
Heck.
Oh,
they're
dang. I like.
also redoing hand cannons to like 140 versus 150. They're redoing the archetypes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are more
So,
upset about hand cannons than they are about the rifles. Also, real quick, we got ourselves another question.
Okay.
Favorite anime?
Uh,
I guess
If
I'll
it
go.
helps, one you can watch over and over again type favorite thing.
Yeah, that is a good answer. Like,
Um,
oh, I
there's
get.
some man.
okay, so as far as emotional roller coaster ride is concerned, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be Your Lie in April.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
I
I actually gonna hit even probably a little bit harder. Glen Ad.
well,
I'm gonna
okay,
be honest.
for me, there's a couple reasons why I can relate to Your Lie in April in that, and no, it's not because Kosei and his mom. No, it's due to what Kosei experienced. Kosei had a brother that used to play the cello, and so now I have
Got this hero.
now I got his cello, and so now all of a sudden it's my cello, and it's very very tough to like want to pick up and play because I can't help but think that's his. And so like
Yeah.
watching Kosei's experience struggling with his mom and like, oh yeah, the piano and like the pain and everything he went through, like I can totally get that. And so like my first time watching it, like I bawled because I
Yeah.
totally get that. And so like it's one of the reasons why I enjoy it, and I've watched it again. And then another one that I would watch again, actually I got a couple more, is Erased and also Death Note.
Can we talk about how that ending for Death Note just came out of nowhere?
Like, was there like an alternate like ending to Death Note?
So it's not that there's an alternate ending. There's a movie.
We're not talking about the Netflix movie. It doesn't
No,
exist.
no, not the
Yeah.
live action.
No, no,
There's
no, not that.
there's like an actual like animated sequel movie where Light is possibly a Shinigami, but we're not sure.
Um, no, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, 'cause I always like have to like bring it up because like I know a lot of people haven't, and they're always like, "Oh, you mean the live action?" I'm like, "No, no, not that. No, no."
Well, okay, to be fair, not a lot of, because anime movies
Well,
can like fly underneath the radar. No,
well,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Naruto like hardcore advertised some of their movies in their show.
true.
Road to Ninja, Naruto the Last, like they hardcore advertised their own movies.
Naruto Blood Prison. Even though the movies like aren't canon or anything. Well, I guess the
Naruto the
last.
Last is, because we finally get to see like Naruto's confession to Hinata after he nearly loses Hinata.
You know, it kills me because Hinata confessed her feelings for that man. during Payne's evasion, when she laid it all on the line for her, and then immediately he's like, "Man, I'm gonna go in rage mode," and then it's like, "You think they gonna hook up after that? Nah, I'm gonna keep chasing Sasuke."
Okay, I watched an honest trailer for like Naruto. It's basically Sasuke unfriended Naruto, and Naruto's doing everything he can to like add him to get him back as a friend on Facebook.
Sasuke.
Oh gosh, you
will
remember when
refriend
Facebook
you.
had the top friends list?
Yes,
God.
yes,
And
that's
you could
Face.
start drama just by moving people one place.
that was basically
Remember
Naruto.
when Facebook had a dislike button? No one remembers that, but I'm like, man, Facebook had a dislike button, people.
It must have been during the time that I wasn't on Facebook, because
It was back when like Facebook was young.
I remember having that.
I strangely don't remember that. And I was one of the people who did the thing that most people on the internet did back then.
Age.
Sign for
Post?
Facebook.
Inaccurate ages.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I did as
And
well.
I've never fixed it, and it is the funniest thing to look at every once in a while. I look at my birthday, it's kind of accurate, except for the year.
You know, it's the same, but like my PlayStation account. Like at this point in time, like I'm the age on my PlayStation account is like in the 70s, I think.
Okay, so gameplay wise, this is one of my favorite moments in the game because we literally are walking out.
But we're
in-
not done talking about the people's favorite
Oh,
anime.
don't worry, we're getting back to that.
Oh, yeah.
But can we just
Oh, yeah, we
appreciate the fact that we're right in
Oh.
front of the sun? Hi, sun. I am being burned alive.
Son, can you not?
And the ghost
no,
yells at
sunset.
you to like stay in the shadows.
Little did we know that this was foreshadowing the next expansion, not Forsaken, but Shadowkeep.
Okay, but also y'all guys need some very powerful sunblock.
I'm the Sun Singer, I'll
SPF
be fine.
2000.
Yep, I totally forgot my sunscreen. That's why I'm running Voidwalker, because that way I can go into the darkness and be okay.
I don't need sunscreen.
Oh
I just
yes.
run to the door.
Oh yes, the darkness is your home.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore.
So, your guys' favorite anime. Meanwhile, Spartan in the chat just nonchalantly mentioned I finally deleted Facebook. I don't blame ya. I mean, there's too much drama on Facebook with your friend
I
groups.
want to delete Facebook, but my friends and family keep saying, no, don't leave me. And I'm like, dang it. And also, it's the only way I can contact some people that I know.
Understandable.
Same.
I don't post on Facebook anymore, but I need to make a business Facebook. Because like some businesses will like look at your social media when they pull your application to like get an idea of like what your personality is like, and I need to make just like a fake kind of like Facebook that's like, yes, I have friends, yes, I have family, yes, I am close with them, yes, I am a normal human, I am not a weeb.
Yeah. As long as it counts for any sort of thing that I work for, don't look back super far. I won't have to answer any questions about the fact of name changes and profile pictures. Although it's a pretty easy explanation. When you get introduced to Facebook by your next door neighbor who you hang out with, who also introduced you to RuneScape, you know, that's how it goes.
Understand. Once upon a time, a long time ago, my Facebook profile was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh wait, I think I actually remember that.
Yep, you see, where my gamer name came from is the fact that I'm a Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I used to be a Shadow the Hedgehog fan. Oh god.
Weren't we all?
Who didn't want to?
You're right because he was edgelord.
Oh god, you know, he was like Sonic but with guns and the
Yeah.
edge.
Oh God. Good gravy.
Okay, we still all haven't answered favorite anime.
Yeah,
yet.
we still haven't answered. All right, I got like 2 on my list. One of the okay, technically 3. One of them is Cells at Work. I can watch that over and over again. I can share it with my mother without it being awkward. She's like psyched for season 2.
My
I'm like,
sister,
yes, I can finally share an anime with my mother that doesn't have any weird random moments that I'm like, why is this in here?
I also
That's one
shared
of
that.
them.
I also shared that with my parents and my sister, and I thoroughly enjoy that anime as well. Partly because we're both
Yeah.
like biology, nurse, medical type people as well.
Yeah. The
That's
other
pretty-
one I really like is The Disastrous Life of Psyche K because it's an excellent comedy. It doesn't drive me up the wall, and it's like there's like super like short episodes within the episode that are just hilarious, and it's great.
I actually like to change my favorite anime because I realized this was the big thing of my time in anime. Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's my uncle's favorite.
That makes me almost want to say that Trigon is my favorite, but it's not.
Let me tell you though, finding out that my uncle too watched anime was a weird experience because it was right in the middle of my other favorite, Orin High School Host Club.
Oh wow.
I can watch that over and over again, and it was during one of the episodes with the Lobelia Girls Academy, and those episodes are always weird. I hate them. Just because... Benibara, why are you like this? Stop thirsting over Haruhi. She doesn't notice anybody. If she noticed anybody, she would have dated half the club by now.
Which
But yeah, it was... Yeah.
I exploded.
we actually got my mom into watching anime.
That's
We let her, like, her favorite show is Gurren Lagann.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I
I
am
still
the drill
haven't finished that one.
that will pierce.
I
the
only made it one
heavens.
episode in.
There's this amazing, like, very small video with Simon. Well, like, yeah, adult Simon. And it's like his speech from when he's like fighting the anti-spiral. And then he turns his arm into a drill. And he like charges through. And instead of it being the anti-spiral, it's like Aquaman from SpongeBob. And he's like, goes right through me every time.
I just appreciate the size of this cannon. It's massive.
Hashtag All Might. Hashtag Ken.
Hashtag
we
it's
in Star Wars?
no.
Well, you see,
Da-da-da-da.
unlike this, like the Death Star that like fires lasers that kill planets, the Almighty kind of just attaches itself to the sun, mines all the fuel energy it can until the sun goes supernova, dips from
But-
the galaxy.
But
And
doesn't
then
the
the
Death Star also?
The
No, wait,
diff-
that's...
No.
The difference
Star
so
Killer Base.
the difference between this and the Star Wars Death Star and Star Killer Base is that it supernovas and then wipes out the entire galaxy. So
Yeah.
even if we were to destroy them and we didn't take out the Almighty, we still would have been screwed over.
Yeah, so like basically, if we didn't like take out the Almighty would have made the sun unstable. The sun would have supernova, and instead of one planet like instead of one planet like the Death Star, or like 3 planets like Star Killer Base, just everything in the galaxy would have died from the impending supernova of the sun. Because the Cabal know how to conquest. They wipe out entire galaxies.
So
when they do
also
this.
just a little more lore that you kind of missed as well is the Red Legion. I totally missed the entrance today.
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
back.
Um,
Hold on, I think you can fly the thingy in there. Oh yeah, you can. All right, here I'll leave this. To
no.
you.
Is the Red Legion have never lost a single war. Like, they have never experienced defeat. Like, that's how good they are. Like, that's how awesome, like, Gaul is. Not Callus.
Yeah, Gaul's leadership. Callus's leadership was not very Chitarian, I believe. Or maybe, no, he sounded like a tyrant, but he wasn't like running across the galaxy at breakneck speed like Gaul was.
So this one was super cool because like, you get that cool bungee moment again where you're making the escape off of the exploding ship. And
Gotta go.
we're basically at the final mission now.
And then any moment now, Amanda Holiday is gonna roll up and be
No.
like, Guardian,
It's
your
not.
Uber's here.
It's not Amanda Holiday. It's just us and our ghost.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Amanda rolling up and
Wait,
being like,
so are we
Guardian,
at
your
the-
Uber's here.
So you're already at the final fight.
Yes, we're on the final mission now, and then
Yep.
we'll call it a night. I only planned for this to go 2 hours, but we got caught up with talking, questions, fun time, and
Yeah.
then
It's been a great time.
I just realized I was muted when I was making Uber driver jokes.
Well,
Aw,
now it's the
dang
time.
it.
Hey,
Uber
it's
those
me, your
drivers.
Uber.
hey, look, it's Colonel.
Colonel Chan?
I haven't gotten a chance to make the joke of, I'm the speaker, I speak for the traveler. The travel says screw you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I skipped over that scene.
How the speaker, like, roast Gaul. It's like,
You started small, you will end small.
and he's like, oh, Speaker Chan. You insult me. You baka.
Can you do that in a turkey impression? Well, not turkey, a chicken.
That's my laugh, you fiend.
Speaker Chan. Fuck.
Oh my god.
But, man. How did it go? And it was like, so, what does it mean to be chosen, speaker? Faith, devotion, sacrifice. Sacrifice? Faith leads to devotion. Devotion leads to sacrifice. So why don't you just go and kill yourself?
And then one of the other biggest burns is like, Gaul's talking about, oh yeah, I was the grunt in this, and the speaker's like, you basically you're gonna die small.
Yeah, he was like, you started small, and you'll end small.
Given the
So
speed,
Like-
if I'm right, the speaker for the traveler is just the best roaster in the current Destiny universe. That's what I'm getting.
yeah.
Well, he was until he died.
And then not to mention, one of the best lines is like, I said I spoke for the traveler. I never said the traveler spoke to me.
Traveler just chilling up. Traveler just chilling over the tower. You know it. I don't say anything. I am on standby. You guys got this. Like, I feel that the traveler is like the worst helicopter parent ever.
It's not even a helicopter.
He's not even a
parent.
helicopter parent.
It's just the parent that's like there and lets you get into so much trouble.
Oh my gosh. Like, the traveler's the parent that leaves you microwave pizzas in the stove when they know they're gonna be working. Yeah, leaves you microwave pizzas in the fridge when they know they're gonna be working late, and just leaves you sticky notes. And it's like, if it weren't for these sticky notes, I wouldn't know that Father Traveler exists, or Mother Traveler, or
To be honest with you, my dad still writes me notes on like stuff to do and all that.
So the one thing I love so much about this mission is that it's the only story mission to date that we actually get to see the city.
well, they're Scourge of the Past now, but
That's
right.
that's a raid. That's why I said story.
Oh well. Indeed, correct. My bad. That's one of my favorite things about like Scourge and Outbreak perfected. That like we actually get to like be a part of the city that we've always viewed from afar. Like as Guardians, we're always on the tower. It's like we get to see what the life looks like down there, but we don't get to see what it's like down there. We just watch. Oh,
As
here it
many
goes.
of times as I've seen you jumped off the building.
Yes, yes. I wish I could go down for the people. Saint 14 goes down from the tower all the time.
Saint
He's like-
14's a legend.
Did you just see me get Phalanx shield?
No.
Phalanx shields, man, broken. I swear, Bungie needs to nerf the Phalanx shields. Nerf them.
Also, the
Wait,
fact
when the
Legend
shields
can-
like turn really large and wide, and you have to like shoot them just right in the middle to get them
No.
to stop doing the thing, or
No, they
if
shield
a
bash.
Cabal- yes, so if a Cabal Phalanx shield bashes, and you hit something in like close proximity to where your shield bashed, your body will literally be launched at the max
Velocity.
oh
that
my
is allowed
gosh,
in the game, and it
That's
will immediately kill you.
amazing.
You will
I
hit.
know.
It's
so
actually
it's-
amazing.
You will hit the wall and you're dead. Like there is.
Oh
Except for
yeah, so
random
it's like hitting
Guardians.
the Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, no, so the cool thing about Chosen and Homecoming is that you actually have moments where you can meet other players. Like it's an open world. Exploring that.
Yeah, there's enough. I got shield bashed into the sky.
Again?
Bye, Shadow.
Man, I'm back
Yeet.
now. But,
Bye,
I got shield bashed
Shadow.
up the building. No,
You
wait.
need... Run, man, run!
What?
Run.
He made it through.
Oh.
He made it through.
Just barely.
Bye. The Guardian of Legend.
By all rights, you should not have made that run.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you should not have made that.
See.
How are you alive, sir?
Hero.
It's
There's
the
a
game.
legend.
It's the game compensating for you getting yeeted into the sun.
Yeah, that's what it's gotta be. You see, Hero, there's a legend of a Guardian who can walk through barriers at the last moment. It might be me.
Another reason why I enjoy this story mission so much is that remember the track Journey? It's playing again as you're going through the city. Kind of giving that whole feel like, here we are exiled and here we are returning, reclaiming our city.
Yo, come on,
nice
get your
mid-air
hands off
shot.
our city. Get off it. It's ours now.
You ruined
My
my
neighborhood.
favorite clothing store and my favorite sweet shop. You must die.
You
ruined Shane's
destroyed.
favorite spicy noodle shop.
Hey, is this a spicy noodle shop right here?
I think this is it.
Oh snap! It might. I think it is.
Let's take a moment to enjoy them.
Enjoy the moment, guys.
Random Hunter, come back. Random Hunter. He's gone.
Can I be absolutely honest? I never actually had ramen before.
What?
What?
Not the instant stuff?
None.
No. I
Oh my gosh! You
Oh my
need to remedy
God.
that.
Sweet child, I must feed you.
So I guess what you can say is I live in the Panther.
Okay, first you gotta have the instant ramen, so then you have like low expectations when you
Yeah.
get inevitably blown out of the water by the good ramen.
Like, gosh, I kind of want to, like, when you come back from your trip, one day I guess I will drive up to Jackson, kidnap you, and then we'll drive 2 hours to Hattiesburg, to my favorite faux ramen shop.
Okay.
It's not kidnapping if he wants to go.
You make a solid point.
Well, technically it might be because my stepmom doesn't know you.
Your stepmom's gonna be like, Dakota, who's this? And I'm gonna be like, I'm taking him on a whirlwind experience to have ramen.
actually you
I,
can.
I could just say like
There's that,
uh,
or hear me out. You can actually look online and make your own ramen. And
That is true.
so what
That
I
is very true.
what I
Uh,
did.
I'm,
So
I'm,
the
I'm, not,
so
I'm
the
not lazy.
so the trick about if you're making your own ramen is
Hero.
You bumped me out of the way.
Oh no.
Did you just jump right after him?
Yes, yes. You watch the clip, you'll see him jump.
God, so
Oh my
ramen equals
God.
death.
So the trick is, if you're making your own homemade ramen, is that do not follow the instruction when it says use 6 cups or 4 cups or whatever cups of broth. Don't do that. Make more broth than what it calls for.
Yes, because the broth is like where all the flavoring in your noodles will come from.
And then the trick is, if you're doing chicken, you want to make sure that the chicken is cooked but not dry. Oh, poor Savala. He just got wrecked. Then Ikora's nearly.
No.
But here's the most important thing. He lost his leg, lost his arm.
Lost his
Now,
arm.
my favorite thing to do here is listening to their lines.
Go.
You're just sitting next to her while she's like nearly dying.
You, UK boss. Wait, you know what? Since she's dying, I got
So-
this.
One of my favorite lines that Cade says right here is like, he'll get another arm, but maybe he'll like install a rocket launcher or something into it.
I wish he did. Maybe he would have made it through Forsaken.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Just like, bam, rocket launch him.
Here, Ikora, here, let me
Are
plant
you
you a tree.
What? We gotta show our loyalty to boss.
Gosh.
We're all not getting these like celestial things.
Oh, Cade,
So
here,
anyway,
here.
I
Let
had
me
to
plant
ask
you a
you
tree.
So, like, Cora, I have some questions before you die. So technically, who would be the next Warlock Vanguard?
Definitely not you.
Definitely, like, I'm trying to get a head start, you know?
Bro,
Nice.
you're looking at the next warlock. No, actually, sorry. It's gonna be Lord Daddy. My name is Bife, who's gonna be the next Warlock Vanguard.
You know what? You're right. You're so right. I cannot reject this. By eating
I'm just
meat.
gonna have that whole sentence seared into my brain, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Like, you don't know about Lord Daddy? Or Raid Daddy?
Oh my gosh.
Hmm. Such
Oh,
beautiful
Lord Ray
creatures.
Daddy?
No, so funny thing is,
Yeah.
my name is Bife. Can't believe that actually has taken off and has stuck. It was kind of a joke that he put on Twitter, and now it has stuck. So now he's Lord Daddy. My name is Bife on Twitter. Kid you not, it
That's
should
why
still
you
be
don't
there.
make jokes about that. That's why you don't make jokes with that.
Yeah,
His girlfriend is the whole reason for it.
Oh my gosh.
okay, because basically,
You
in
know what?
short,
I'm gonna not judge, because you know what? Fine. People like what they like.
okay, because kid you not, if you ever want to get caught up on the lore in Destiny, my name is Bife is like the go-to guy.
He is the best.
Not only is he the best, but his voice is a great narrating voice.
Oh my gosh, it's spectacular. Like, sometimes if I need like something to like listen to, or well, someone's voice when I'm driving somewhere, I'll like put him on, just like listen. I'm like, yeah, sex.
And then not only that, but he has done recently a 3 episodes of explaining the lore of what the world was like and how the world is now for the game coming out on Thursday, as long as the PS5 launch title, Godfall.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe it was Gearbox, and I can't remember the other company that are sponsoring him to release lore videos on Godfall before it comes out.
Yeah, it was him. They did that, and so he has all that stuff there.
It's also supposed to be a 4-part series, so there's one more video coming.
Yeah, he's got 3 out. So the next one's gonna come out anytime now. Probably
I've
tomorrow.
watched the first 2, and it definitely does sound interesting.
Well, okay. When you find the lore and you learn more about the game, it's basically very similar to Destiny as far as what it is, because it's versus a looter shooter, it's a looter slasher,
Yeah,
and
where we're
it's
collecting melee loot.
we're collecting melee loot, and it's and your valor plate or your valor armor is very similar to like Warframe. But the cool thing is your even though you hit max level, you can't be maxed out on all your stats, but you can always respec. Oh, we can't escape you? Okay.
We do not want to escape you, God. We have shoopers. 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 Shoopers.
He's immune, bro.
Shoopers.
I love how Gaul acts like this big bad boy, and then they give us the ability to recharge our supers to fight him. So it's basically a super versus super fight. And
Yeah.
well, we win.
We always win. Because we're God.
Yeah.
And pure causality.
Well, I love it when Gaul's like, I am legend. I'm like, bro, do you not know who I am? I killed Crota. I've killed other gods. What have you done? What is your legend?
On your average Saturday, we kill gods, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Crota. There's
Oryx.
There's
Not to mention the Vex gods in the
Siva.
Black Garden.
Not to mention how thoroughly we wrecked the Fallen. I mean, their entire family, their entire like Elixir class system is just completely busted. They don't even know who they are anymore because of all our genocide.
Well, there's that, and there's also, you know, Aramis is now trying to like unite all the fallen houses again. Varix was trying
I
to do,
must unite.
and Varix was trying to do that, but then Aramis is like, nah, fam.
Nah, fam. Forget doing it for the traveler. We're gonna do it for the triangles.
We're gonna do it for the,
triangles.
we're gonna do it for the Doritos, you know, everything for the Dorito.
Regular Doritos or Cool Ranch?
Bro, the community just calls them Dorito chips. Dorito chips.
Yeah, but I'm just curious. Like, now I'm craving Doritos.
Bro, it could be whatever Dorito you want it to be. No judgment.
I like to think they're like a very spicy variant.
Okay.
Hello there, God.
Oh, I just think that this is a Halloween variant.
I forgot I was muted again.
Aw. Poor thing. Well, we killed.
I'm a very tired human.
It's okay.
Very, very tired. I could sleep for 2 years.
You can sleep for eternity. Okay.
Okay, my phone's at 7%.
The evil has been defeated.
My back. Those guardians broke my back.
Who broke his
I
back?
can't walk.
So this is probably arguably the only time that we see the Traveler actually do something. Like, actually do something.
Yeah, with all it's like, what's up, y'all? I'm Dirty Light now. Y'all thought y'all's light was clean? I mean, it is, but mine's Dirty Light.
You need some like hydrogen peroxide on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Traveler's like, get your dirty, funky hands off me. Said, if you don't get your dirty, funky hands off my guardian, ooh,
And
you
so,
won't get it.
this is the reason why when you're at the tower, the Traveler has chunks kind of floating around him. Because the Traveler's like, I'm gonna break this shell off. And destroy myself, and hurt myself some more.
Traveler's like, super nova.
I'm gonna use self-destruct, but not self-destruct.
You know?
Magical.
Yeah, no. It's like self-destruct. What if that's just the Traveler stretching on its awakening?
It's like, fine, I'm awake.
Basically, the Traveler's been asleep for so many years. Can we
The
also
traveler just
take a
waits
moment
for-
to appreciate Shadow that Uldren Sov's back, but as Crow?
You know, they've been talking about in the trailers and the Vidoc how like Destiny is finally getting on course with some of the stuff they originally planned. And I was like, ooh, does that mean we're possibly gonna get our segment where we go inside the Traveler at some point?
Well, well, to me, and Yellow can attest to this, with Shadowkeep, um, Bungie was able to like finally breathe and relax. Like, yes, in the roundabout way, without saying, 'cause since we're along with Activision, it is nice to be able to do what we want to do. And now we know if we have any goof ups, it's on us.
In short,
Yes.
yes, we're free, we're free, we're free.
Hooray!
Yeah, like the Destiny memes are like, Forsaken is the last of Activision's drug money. Shadowkeep is like Bungie's rehab. And now Beyond Light is gonna be their first time striking out on their own.
Like,
Yeah.
you can argue that Shadowkeep is, but like basically Beyond Light. I haven't watched the videos, but I like to look at it as Beyond Light is basically D3.
Yeah, it is. They're making a lot of changes from like what I've seen. They've made like D3 level of changes.
Yeah, and like the reason why they're not coming out with another installment calling it Destiny 3 is because that means they would have to leave Destiny 2 and those servers behind and then create a whole new one. And
Yeah.
it and to them it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having this ever evolving world if we're just going to create a new game and we have to leave everything behind.
I think we're in the end game now. Or
Yep.
well, close to it. Because the last expansion that they have planned right now is called Lightfall.
Yes, eventually Destiny is going to come to an end.
Yep.
I think
Sadly.
it's gonna be like Osiris's prophecy that something's gonna take it, or well, the Infinite Forest's prophecy that something's gonna take us out, and Saint 14 is gonna be like speaking at our funeral.
I don't know. Though I think what their thing is to show us the world without light, and then we finally do what we can to take it back.
A world without light. Because this, gosh, everything before Forsaken was very interesting. Because I like how
I hope I.
every
Okay,
season has
cool.
kind of had like a, or well,
The, I,
not season.
the reason why I skipped that cutscene was to get to this cutscene. Because this cutscene had everyone talking.
Yeah. When this first happened, we were like, oof, more goof.
Because what's cool is as you watch it, it first touches Mercury, Curse of Osiris DLC. Then it shows us Mars, Warmind DLC. Then it shows us the Reef, the Forsaken expansion.
Then
Though
it shows Saturn.
it shows Saturn and specifically the Dreadnought, but we haven't returned there yet. I don't know if they'll ever
Then it
bring.
shows outside the galaxy. Then a little bit further. And a little bit further.
There we are outside the Milky Way finally. Remember,
And then
it's taken them almost 3 years to arrive.
triangles. Doritos.
Like,
Must
there was
attack.
so many theories and so much things that spawned from it.
Some people were right on. They were like the enemies of the traveler, or like
Oh
finally coming
yeah,
to take us out.
they were spot on. So would you like Destiny 3 to have a new class or subclasses? Well, since Beyond Light is basically Destiny 3, they are adding a new subclass called Stasis. And so we do get that whole new subclass for us to explore and to like experience. So that's basically what it is. We get to experience that stasis or the darkness subclass, which has been speculated and been wanted by the fans for a long time. Like they wanted to create, like, in their own way, like a Guardian Civil War, where we
Hmm.
had to pick a side, light or dark.
There's been some discussion. Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion about it ever since like I think like early D2, maybe late D1 of like how wonderful it would be if like us Guardians could like lock elbows with like Dark Guardians.
So that's one thing I'm really excited about going into Beyond Light is having the darkness and having the stasis, and how like the Exo Stranger stated in the trailer, hey, we're gonna use this for good. The darkness is a tool, and
Eris is over there. The darkness reaches out. You gotta reach back.
and so like with us, so we ourselves, we're basically at this point with everything that's going on, and I may be off the mark here, but we're basically going Rogue Guardian. Because with us going after the stasis, embracing the stasis, and accepting darkness as a power, that's going to put us at odds with Savala.
I'm pretty sure, definitely. But like, have you done like all the interference stuff for this season?
I missed a couple of interference missions, but I did do the final interference missions with Nokris.
Yeah, I doing mine this week, and it was like crazy to me that when you get to like the interference mission and it's like the triangle says go.
Uh, to be honest, y'all guys actually not off to sleep.
Oh.
Oh, you almost fell asleep?
No, he did fall asleep.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, so
If you want
basically,
to keep Dakota awake, send him a pat in the chat.
basically,
Don't patronize me.
basically the darkness is like, go to Europa, answers await you there,
Go,
and we're like,
go
okay,
play in the snow.
okay, bet.
It's like,
But
okay.
but we're not the
Unless we
first.
go to play in the
But we're
snow.
not the first Guardians to go to Europa. That's the thing.
Mm.
But yeah, to answer that question, where I'm looking at Beyond Light as Destiny 3, having the stasis subclasses is what's having me excited. So that's kind of the new subclass. And the way Destiny lore works, I don't know if it's possible for them to introduce a new class.
I don't think we're ever gonna get a new class at this point, honestly. Because like we've spent what like 7 years getting like accustomed, and then like making changes and balances to like the different classes we have now. And now they've like gotten to the point where they like have it like a good leash on it. I don't think they're gonna like shake up that like balance that they've achieved at this point with like a whole nother class.
Yeah, because it would definitely throw things off because they've, I mean, granted, it's easy to write up lore and that for it, but it would be a little working through and having the balancing in that for that fourth class would make
A
it tough.
nightmare.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, like you said, we would have to like they would have to lore tie it in as well, because it wouldn't be something from the city. It'd have to be something from like outside. So like I don't know, it would like probably be something like a rogue light bearer, but even then, it's like even rogue light bearers still like kind of have
Even Rogue,
the same.
they still follow like a hunter or a warlock or titan type thing.
Yeah, so it's like, what could you really do to be like a unique fourth one?
The only thing that would come close would be like the Exo Stranger would be the closest.
Like a class that's like, I'm not really any of these other classes.
Yeah.
I'm Wallflower.
Though the one thing though that I do like is like I know Luke Smith said to him with Vanilla Destiny 1 campaign, he felt like the Exo Stranger story was done. But I really appreciate the fact they found a way to bring back the Exo Stranger and to like build her up and like develop her even more.
Well, here there's only one thing left to say. There's time to explain.
They've actually said that she'll actually have time this time to explain.
I know, right? I was like, gasp.
So we've been talking about Saint 14. For those that haven't played Destiny, here's the here's our Russian Saint 14, who is now in charge of Trials of Osiris.
The guests come to trials. Cyrus.
No, well, it's funny when they showed the new Trials of Osiris. It's like, welcome to the Trials of Saint 14. I kid, Trials of Osiris.
I just sent fried chicken to the group chat so that maybe Blue will wake up again.
Well, I just had fried chicken for dinner, so nope, no dice.
Oh, no. Rip.
Yep. Well, I would like to thank everyone that came and that both in the comments and those that joined with us in the VC. It's been a lot of fun. The questions have been great. The commentary has been just as awesome. I honestly enjoy just gaming and chilling with everyone. It's a lot of fun. Because like that's basically what we do a lot of times. Like yeah, past couple weeks I've just been chilling because I wasn't sure how data transfers was going to work between the PS4 to PS5. That's the only reason why I haven't started Birth by Sleep. So just to give you guys a little schedule up, I will stream Birth by Sleep. Game plan is for me to do it on the 14th and then again on the 21st. But the 28th, which is the week of Thanksgiving, I will have family in, so there will be no streaming that Saturday.
Well, for my brother and sister, they live in Florida. They don't have Thanksgiving with family. They have something called Friendsgiving.
Yes. So that's the game plan, everyone. And then tomorrow, I believe, Rich at 4 p.m. Eastern is planning to finish up Ghost of Tsushima. Finishing up Act 2, and then hopefully be able to finish up Act 3. Because surprisingly enough, Act 3 is a lot shorter. And the reason why he didn't finish up Act 2 is because of how it transitions from 2 to 3. And so not to leave you guys on a terrible cliffhanger, he ended his stream where he ended it at. So be on the lookout for that. If you like what you've seen and the conversations, feel free to hit that like and subscribe. And also, there's always that donation if you feel like doing that. There's our Discord to join. So thanks again, everyone that stayed and stuck around this long. Once again, I was not planning on streaming for almost 4 hours, but it happened. Don't worry. And as always, guys, once again, thanks for coming out. And as always,